How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Matchday Live. In just under half an hour, kickoff is upon us. Arsenal, Everton at the Emirates, and a chance for us to go 5 points clear, people. Before we get into it all, let me introduce the panel. To my right, we have Laurie.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you. I thought I'd bring a bit of colour because you, man, look like you're going to a funeral today. Man.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, yeah, definitely Everton's funeral. Yeah.
To my left, on this couch, we have Sharp. And then we've got Sharoy back in the building as well. How are we feeling?
Cannot wait.
Excited! And we've also got you, Turkish. Let's give our host an intro. Welcome.
I can't lie.
Confident is what I'm feeling.
Yeah?
Likewise.
Very confident. I'm trying not to be overconfident because there is sometimes, you get that feeling of confidence, just borders on overconfidence. So I'm trying to simmer it down a bit. But listen, man, if we're going to win the title,
you can't have two losses to Everton.
And there's added incentive. This is revenge, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Hopefully.
3 weeks ago, these guys beat us.
That is on the cards.
And to be fair, on the day, they deserved their win. They beat us fair and square, but that was then. This is now. I always say a week is a long time in sports. This was 3 weeks ago. They're not playing well. They got beaten quite comfortably, apparently, at the weekend. At home by Villa, a team that we beat comfortably. So.
Well, I don't know about comfortably, but
in the end,
that was very uncomfortable. That game was a roller coaster.
Listen, last time I checked, it was 4-2.
It was 4-2.
Yeah.
But do you remember everything we went through in that game, Laurie?
But before we get into all the debates and we look at the lineups again, people, I hope you watched Starting 11 because that's where the lineups came out. But we're going to get into it shortly. But I want to say thank you to NordVPN for powering this match day experience. It's their birthday, so they're giving away a mystery gift with all of their new signups. And not only do they keep us and you invincible, they also give us the power to make fun content just for you. Scan the QR code, click the link in the description to get the AFTV special with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And don't forget to claim your special Nord birthday celebration mystery gift, people.
It's like I've had no freedom to just be myself. I keep getting restricted. It's like someone's watching me at home, on the train, even in the bathroom. It's making me see red!
Well, that's because London is red.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, just to be sure, I'm going to prescribe you 2 years of NordVPN. You'll feel a better sense of self when you can explore the internet with freedom. And with next generation encryption on up to 6 devices, those feelings being watched will be gone.
Does that mean I can access new content on streaming services I've already subscribed to?
Just change your location in the app.
And I won't get tagged by any malware?
Nord's threat protection will have you covered.
And I can save money when travelling and shopping locally instead of internationally.
All you've got to do is click the link.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Doc.
All right, Ty.
No, I'm not right. It's a disgrace.
Charming.
Remember, with the AFTV special, you can get a bonus gift and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
And we're back, people. Big up NordVPN, big up Lee Judges and Julian in the promo as well. Laurie started off the conversation about being confident. I'm feeling the confidence from this couch too, but, we need to get the job done today. It's a big game for us, go 5 points clear. Shah, how are you feeling about this game?
It's really hard to not be confident. This is the game that we've been talking about, when we've been saying, well, we've still got that game in hand. Tonight is the night that we play that game. We're at the Emirates Stadium and it's Everton. They did beat us 1-0 previously, but now they're coming to our turf and we need to show them what time it is. And we need to go 5 points clear Man City. So, yeah, I'm really buzzing for this one. We managed to get that clean sheet against Leicester City.
Yeah, big
I think another clean sheet tonight is on the agenda.
Hopefully.
So, yeah.
Hopefully. We'll do prediction just before kickoff. But Sharoy, we just saw Mike, the Everton fan, before he went over to the stadium. Not confident at all. He's predicting a 3-0 Arsenal win himself. But, we can't be complacent in this game. Everton did pick up a win against us, albeit a new manager bounce. They're coming off a poor defeat against Villa at their own ground, Goodison Park. Confident?
Yeah, I am. But again, with the whole complacency thing, look, when you're playing a team that's in the bottom three at this part of the season, the fact that they've lost a game the week before, if anything, might strengthen their resolve, because it's coming to crunch time and they think they might be going down. You know, so you can look at the table and say they're 18th or wherever they're sat at the moment, but they're going to be fighting for their lives. This is that point of the season where those aren't the easiest games. You know, and with games in hand, I personally have never been a big fan of having games in hand. I'd much rather be one of those teams that got to play those games, because I know it sounds cliche, but points on the board are points on the board. I don't like looking at a table and thinking, yeah, but if we win that one or if we win that two, then that's what the gap is and that's how far we are from the people behind us. No, I want to have that opportunity and be on a level playing field with the rest of these teams. And that's why I'm quietly glad that this isn't a game in hand that sits until mid-April or something.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we can sort of get that, hopefully increase the lead to 5 points. And then that's when, you know what, people talk about a run-in and no one really quantifies how many games a run-in is. For me, it's the last 10.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Post-international break, 10 games to go.
Exactly. And
5
this is just
home,
one
5
step
away.
closer to that.
Yeah. All right, before we delve more into this game, Laurie, I want to ask you, how much of an impact do you think this could have mentally on Manchester City as well, who've done well to cut the gap down and you know, go above us, albeit for only a few days when we bounce back against Aston Villa. But this is a chance for us to build that 5-point cushion back, you know, win our game in hand. We're 5 points clear and we're in a healthy position yet again. But Manchester City have the players that have been through this, they've been through title races. They're not the Manchester City we've seen in previous seasons, but how much of an onus do you think mentally this could have an effect on Manchester City if we win our game tonight?
Oh, this is big, man. This is a big game for both us and City watching. They'll be watching this keenly. I saw City, they looked good last week. They smoked Bournemouth. And they're looking good. And they smoked Bristol. Was it Bristol City?
Yeah.
Yesterday as well. I watched some of that game. They look good. But for tonight, man, rather than call me Laurie, call me Loonies, because I got 5 on it.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
You got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it, man.
I got 5 on it.
What about you, Shaw? How do you think this could affect Manchester City mentally as well if we pick up the win, build that 5-point cushion again, and you look at our fixtures going into international break, into those final 10 games, all, I say winnable, all games we should win. And that could even put us in a better position. Now Manchester City have gone through in the FA Cup. Their last fixture before the international break against West Ham is going to be rescheduled. So now we have the chance, if we win all our games from now until that international break, to be 8 points clear going into those last 10 games of the season. Mentally tonight, a win, do you think it has an effect on City, or do you think they're just going to be on job like you'd expect them to be?
100%, I think it will have an impact. And I think, you know, throughout this season, it has been having a mental impact on them, especially with the way we've been still collecting results, even though we've been hit with injuries and everything. But, you know, they are professionals. I believe they will be sort of focusing on what it is that they need to do as much as we are. But Pep Guardiola, he is looking over his shoulder. He probably weren't expecting this sort of competition. But yeah, I do feel like it would sort of have a mental impact. I mean, just naturally, you are going to be thinking, rah, is that what Arsenal's really doing? Like, we're competing with them. So, yeah, tonight is a big, big game. And, yeah, Man City will be sort of watching their tails as well.
Bilal with the super chat says, Sharoy in the building means even if we don't get max points, we get coherently and cohesively constructed sentences. No offense to Turkish and Co. Listen, I agree with you on the coherently and cohesively structured sentences, but fuck the sentences tonight. Let's take the 3 points.
Do they know your profession?
I don't think Sharoy's sentence structure, you know, makes way
Not
for
at all.
anything less than 3 points tonight.
I'd much rather be incoherent with 3 points.
Trust me, but yeah,
What does
Sharoy.
incoherent mean?
Not coherent, as in your sentences then don't make sense.
Oh, okay.
Talk to me, Sharoy. The effect on Manchester City a win tonight can have.
Yeah, not just Manchester City. I mean, look, your question was, would Manchester City be on job regardless? And for me, I think they would. I don't think they're going to be worrying if we go 5 points clear. I don't think they're going to be complacent.
Have they been on job though? This
But
season?
well, okay. I don't think they've been on job in the same way that they used to be. But I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that has anything to do with us, if I'm being honest with you. Because there have been times when they've dropped points before we've played that weekend, and there have been times where they've dropped after, like the Tottenham game, for example, when they lost,
Yeah.
right? We lost against Everton, if I'm not mistaken. They had Tottenham afterwards, and they dropped points. But if I'm not mistaken, when they dropped points to Everton, that was before we played Brighton on New Year's Eve, or maybe it was Brentford. It was one of those games where they played before us. So they dropped points before and after us, and that's why I don't think it really is based upon our results. I think it's just they've got their own little transitional problems to deal with, I think if anything, this has more to do with the mentality within the Arsenal camp, getting the 3 points. And a lot of people are giving me a lot of shit for saying this, but it also does have an impact on the way we look at Manchester United. I think if we win today, we go 11 clear of them.
Yep.
So the lead's back into double figures. It does kind of make it a bit more difficult for them to try and sneak their way into this title race. And I haven't written them off just yet, so I'm looking at increasing the lead on them as well.
Yeah, I actually agree. I haven't written them off just yet, but 100%, 11-point gap sounds pretty comfortable. They'll have a game in hand on us after tonight's game, but we're more so looking at Manchester City at the moment and building that 5-point lead back up. Let me look at the lineups and then we'll talk about the game. All the same for Arsenal. Ramsdale's in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko, the back four. Then you have Jorginho, Xhaka and Odegaard, the midfield three, and Saka, Martinelli, either side of Trossard, who retains his place in the starting lineup. Thomas Partey on the bench, Tomiyasu on the bench, Tierney, Turner, Holding, Kivior, Vieira, Smith-Rowe, and obviously Eddie Nketiah. What do you make of the lineup? Happy with the lineup?
Yeah, I don't have no issues with that lineup. It's the same lineup that started last week, that did so well against Leicester. A good win, let's be honest, 1-0 flattered Leicester, in my view. Arsenal controlled that game pretty much from start to finish and were unlucky not to score more goals. So based on that performance last week, I fully expected him to go with the same team this week, and I'm confident that team can get the result tonight. I mean, I was waxing lyrical earlier, being very confident, but I think Sharoy's right to sound a note of caution, because Everton, as Sharoy pointed out, they're fighting for their lives, so they will come determined. I think the first goal tonight is so important. If we get it, especially if we get it early, I could foresee, I wouldn't say a comfortable night, but a win where we win by a couple of goals. Whereas obviously if Everton go in front, then obviously it becomes harder. And they'll defend for their lives.
Charlie mentioned the clean sheet. Do you think a clean sheet is on the cards tonight? Because Everton's attack hasn't been the most exhilarating. A couple wins, 1-0.
Well, I must say, I'm encouraged that Calvert-Lewin's not starting. I mean, it's a major drop-off between him and Mopé. I think that's got to be said. But then last time it was Tarkowski that scored, and it was from a set piece. So they will be dangerous from set pieces tonight as well. So
no silly fouls, no.
Yeah, we got, listen, it's all about game management, isn't it? We will have a lot of the ball tonight. I think pretty much everyone is foreseeing that. It's what we do with it, but at the same time, we've got to be watchful at the back and not give away any stupid fouls, free kicks, penalties, etc., corners that, we'll give them a way back in.
Yeah, Shah, see the lineup, same as Trossard's up top. Jorginho keeps his space. I think that's down to Partey not having enough training sessions prior to this game, but we should see him back soon. But Trossard has been now favoured up top in the last couple of games. What did you make of his performance against Leicester?
I think Arteta's done the right thing starting Trossard today. He was really good against Leicester. Since he's put on an Arsenal shirt and stepped on the pitch, he's been absolute quality. And I've actually been saying, look, I want Trossard to start. So to see him starting again, yeah, I'm all for it. I feel like he does bring a lot. He brings like a lot of confidence, a lot of like pace, energy. It feels as if he's been at Arsenal forever. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't feel like our new signing.
Well,
yeah, he's just slotted in perfectly. So I'm happy that Trossard's starting. Obviously, Eddie Nketiah, he was doing really well and, sort of dipped a little bit. So, if we have got a player who is more on form, who's able to produce and deliver a bit more, it makes sense to start them.
Options are good.
Exactly, so I'm happy.
Sharai, Trossard up top?
Yeah, it makes sense. And I mean, look, we've had pretty bad fixture congestion coming into this. We've got Europa next Thursday. And then we play again that weekend, Bournemouth, right?
No, Bournemouth is this weekend.
Okay.
Then it's Sporting,
and then
Fulham away,
Fulham on
Sporting.
the Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's why ultimately Eddie Nketiah's had to play pretty much every game since Jesus got injured. So a lot of people talk about him being dropped or it being for the benefit of the team, but quite frankly, you do need to do that in certain positions when someone has to play every game, also in the cups, right? Before he used to come in for the Europa League because Jesus was starting every game.
Yeah.
And it's just lovely to have that option. Exactly the same with Partey, man. I mean, I can't say I'm not worried about the physicality in Everton's midfield. I did think this was the right sort of game for a Partey instead of a Jorginho, if I'm being honest, because if they are going to get into us and rough up our quality, it is going to be in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Looking at that, I don't really like using this term, but with Jorginho in there, as opposed to Partey, some might call the midfield a bit more lightweight than it would have been if Partey was in there, right? And against teams like this, you do
physicality, yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, so I'm just glad that we can rotate. I'm just so glad that we can rotate, because there was a time, man, where if anyone in our starting 11 took a hit, we were all just bricking it.
Yep.
Whether it was
Literally.
fullback, whether it was the front three, whether it was the middle of the park, whether it was the goalkeeper at times. You know, but now we don't have that problem.
Yeah, a couple of super chats have come in. Guna Sand says, I'm hoping for a 4-0 beatdown.
What?
And another
That'd be
one from
nice.
him. He says, big up the watch along crew. I'm hoping for an absolute mauling, some revenge taken out on Everton for the injustice of what happened a few weeks ago. There is a bit of revenge on the cards, but, you know, we've just got to get our job done and not slip up. Like Laurie said, you know, the first goal is important. I don't foresee Everton getting one, but the set pieces are gonna be an issue, because that's where they, you know, that's where they're a
Yeah,
threat.
I think that's where their main threat lies, set pieces, because like I said, I think there's a big drop-off between Calvert-Lewin starting and Mopé. I think we can handle Mopé fairly comfortably.
He is also the kind of player
Normally.
that can get under your skin, though, right? He knows how
Yeah,
to
he can do that.
and that
He's not known as a prolific goal scorer
Yeah,
by
of
any
course.
means. Although he has done well against Arsenal in the past, but the guys we've got at the back now, the form that Saliba and Gabriel are in, I don't imagine they'll be looking at Everton's lineup going forward and thinking, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think we just need to be sensible. The guys need to be focused, on point. The game management has to be right. If they approach the game in the right way, with the way they're playing right now, I can't see them slipping up. And again, I don't want to sound overconfident, but you know what I mean? Things
But
have
you're
moved
right,
on
you
since
rightly
the
are
last time we
confident,
played
that's the
them.
thing.
Huh?
You're rightly confident, though. That's
Yeah,
the,
because
that's the
let's
thing.
face it, the last time we played them, the circumstances were completely different. They're going into that game, they've just appointed Sean Dyche, so there's a bit of a new manager bounce here, which we saw on the day. They're at home, and it was that first game after the manager was appointed.
Yeah.
This is completely different. They've had a couple of indifferent results since then. We're coming off 2 games back to back where we've done well. We're at home, and we need the points as much as they do. So,
if not more. You mentioned Calvert-Lewin not starting, Mopé starting, so let me go into the Everton lineup. Pickford in goal, Mikalenko and Coleman either side of Keane and Tarkowski. Ghana, Decore and Onana in the midfield. Iwobi, McNeil and Neil Mopé up top. Looking at the lineup, the only surprise for me is probably Cody being on the bench and Keane being the preferred option. Not too sure why that is, because Cody's been pretty much a mainstay for them this season and received some credit in what is a poor season for Everton. But Shoroy, you know, who are you looking at as the main threat there? Ex-Arsenal boy, Iwobi, their midfield there, caused us issues last time out. Mopé, Ty's old friend, leading the line. Who are you looking at as a potential worry, or is set pieces the key?
I'm probably looking at Iwobi and McNeil, if I'm being honest. I think given the amount of the ball that we're going to have, there are going to be long periods of play where we're going to have pretty much everyone in their half. And that's where you're susceptible to getting caught on the break. And look, I mean, I know a lot of people talk about the set piece goal that they scored, but they could have had a lot from open play in that game. There was a lot of direct football where they got down our flanks, put the ball in the box. Obviously they had Calvert-Lewin there, but Decore was in there at one point and missed a pretty simple header, you know, so it's not just Calvert-Lewin. And I'm picturing more of the same. So I think if we can cut off their wide men on the break, I think we should be okay.
Do you think we're coming up against an old school rigid low block, or do you think they're going to try and apply some energy like they did in the first game? But this is the return, the Emirates fixture, so I'm expecting a low block. I'm expecting them to have 10 men behind the ball for the majority of the game. Is that what you expect? Or?
Yeah, I mean, going back to what Laurie said about the first goal, I think Sean Dyche's message will be the longer this stays at 0-0, the more frustrated they'll get, the longer that you're in it. And then you might be able to nick it. I think that's the mentality he's going to come in here with. I don't think he thinks he's going to blitz into a 1 or 2 goal lead in the first half an hour, whereas that's exactly what we're going to try and do, and I think they all know that. So I think it will be low blocks, and you need that bit of quality to open them up. With that front three that we have, and the fact that they can interchange, and the quality on the ball there, also with the eye of Jorginho and Odegaard behind them, let's hope it works.
Yeah, sure. You've heard both lineups now. On Arsenal side, who are you looking at as the difference maker?
Oh, do you know what? It's got to be Trossard.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm putting a lot on Trossard. Like, I want a nice early go as well. So Trossard, I want you to deliver.
No, because with Trossard, you know, I've been calling for him to be tried out up front because he can give a bit of what Jesus brought, which is dragging defenders out of position, and that goal against Leicester kind of, you know, told its own story.
Exactly.
Drag the defender out of position, Martinelli runs into the space, he finds him, and we win the game 1-0. So
yeah,
I'm glad to
effectively
see him
it's
there.
a false nine we're playing at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Trossard in the team, which seemed to work well because if you remember at the weekend he had the goal that was disallowed. shouldn't
Nice
be
goal as
disallowed.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. And then the goal that we scored was him out on the flank supplying Martinelli.
He looked good back to goal as well.
Oh, yeah,
when he
he's
was
a
receiving the ball
quality
like, on the halfway line, that's one thing that I've always worried about Nketiah to an extent, and maybe if we put Martinelli in there, I'm not entirely sure. Trossard looked really comfortable getting the ball in. He can turn either side and pop it off quite quickly, you know. So he's adapted really well.
And
Has he
even
got
though the goal was disallowed, the way he finished that,
Oh man,
Oh, beautiful.
that was
finish.
quality.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've got to say, and listen, I'm an advocate of Eddie. Do I see Eddie scoring a goal like that? Probably not. No disrespect, but the way Trossard put that away, Eddie on current form probably isn't doing that. He's more of a poacher type of
Technically,
scorer.
Trossard's on a different level.
Well, you said it, not me.
Yeah, you won't say it.
I'm trying to be as respectful to Eddie as I can.
No, Eddie's just a different type of striker.
Yeah, he's
you know?
a
I mean,
poacher.
no
He's a
disrespect
poacher.
to him,
he
but
wouldn't have even been on the edge of the box.
Exactly.
For that. He would have been literally.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have been right in front of Ward at that point.
Exactly.
And when-
Eddie is a classic goal poacher. He may tell you different, but that's how certainly I see him.
and when you're
Trossard is much more likely to score a goal like that than Eddie is. To go back to the point he was making about the Everton team, looking at their lineup, I think midfield is by far their strongest department in their side.
yeah,
Onana, whose quality, we know that. He had a very good game. I think he was man of the match against us a few weeks back. Decore on his day is very good. And of course, Iwobi, former Arsenal player, he's actually having a very good season for Everton. I'm a little bit surprised that Damari Gray's not getting a look in because I honestly feel he would have been their biggest attacking
A key
threat.
threat.
Yeah. But for some reason, I'm noticing that since Sean Dyche has rocked up at Everton, he's not started Damari Gray in any game. So
well, Sean Dyche is not a manager to prefer players that
Yeah.
you need to give freedom to express themselves, and that's someone Gray is, in my opinion. You
because if
mentioned
you recall, Damari Gray scored a brilliant last-minute winner against us last season. And even before that, when he was at Leicester, he'd always done pretty well against Arsenal. So the fact that he's not starting, hey, that's cool with me.
and,
complaining.
and you mentioned back to goal with Trossard, and I think it comes down to him being both-footed.
Yeah.
And how good he is on the ball, his close control, and how comfortable he is, receiving the ball with his back to goal. I think that's a key asset for us. That's a key asset into why Jesus was such a success for us in the first 14 games into the World Cup, because it just helped Martinelli, and not only Martinelli, Saka and Xhaka as well, in my opinion. So I'm expecting more of the same for sure from Trossard, from Martinelli, from Saka today. Similar question to you that I asked Shah. Key threat for Arsenal?
For me, it's always Odegaard and Saka. The reality is in every game this season where those two have been at 9 or 10 out of 10, we've done pretty well.
That's what Mike said as well. Odegaard and Saka, that was the two he picked out.
They for me are our two best attacking players.
Although Martinelli's 2 in 2. I don't
of
think he's
course.
ever gone 3 in 3 in league games, so you never know.
we have threats everywhere. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Gabriel's a threat from set pieces. Zinchenko's a threat. Look at what he did against Villa. Look at what Jorginho did at the edge of the box. We have threats all over the pitch now.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me to pick one, I'd have to still pick 2, and it would be those 2. I can't call it between them. Never have been able to, and I won't be able to.
I think Martinelli's our top goal scorer this season, isn't he? I think he's got
How many
9.
goals is he on? Oh, is he on?
Saka- got 9
Saka's
Premier League
on
goals.
9, no? I think they're both on 9.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, Premier League-wise, maybe the chat can confirm that, but I'm pretty sure.
I know Martinelli's got 9.
Super chat from AFC Maxi says, "Hey Turkish and Shorai, win today will be crucial in keeping the distance with them lot. City gutted for Leo. That is his goal. Gutted that Leo's goal was chalked off, and I hope you're okay, Turkish, with your personal issues. Wish you all the best. Love for the love, Max. You know what it is already. It's been a little while since I've hosted one of these through a bit of time off and going to games as well. This is my first watch along for a little while, so hopefully returns with a bang. And on that note, predictions. What is the bang going to be tonight?
Well, I'll reiterate my confidence. I'm predicting an Arsenal win by at least 2 clear goals tonight. It's not often I do that, by the way, but I just feel
Every
that.
time I'm here, you do that, 2 clear goals. I want a prediction. You're saying 2 clear
Hold
goals.
on, I thought you said you got 5 on it, big man.
That's what I
I've got
thought.
5 on it.
What's going on?
We got 5.
What are you saying, 5-3?
on it.
No, no. When I said I got 5 on it, I was like, call me loonies tonight.
Okay.
Rather than Lawrence.
Don't give me 2 clear goals. Give me a score prediction.
2-0.
2-0. Okay. Clean sheet. I'll take that. Shah?
I'm with Laurie, same score prediction. I reckon we'll get 2 goals against them and a nice clean sheet. So 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Sharai?
I'm going 3. I think this really could be a 3-0 beatdown. I hope this doesn't come back and bite me in the arse, but I just think they're, unless we're really, really bad defensively in transition, I think the only way they're going to catch us is on the break today. And I think we're going to have too much for them in our own backyard.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-0. I've been saying 3-0, 2-0 all week, kind of tossing and turning between both of them. But I'm going to go with 3-0. I think we'll get an early goal and then the rest will be history. I'd love it to be nothing more than 3-0. I mean, we've beaten them 5-1 a couple of times at the Emirates in the last 5 fixtures. And we tend to beat them. Obviously, that one a couple of years ago, we lost 1-0.
Recent times, they've actually done quite well.
Well, at Emirates now.
Not Emirates.
They've won 1 in the last 5,
yeah,
but yeah, it has the potential to be a difficult game, especially when you see how we struggled against them, and then Brentford and you know the low block in recent weeks. So hopefully an early goal can open it all up. But listen, people, we are under a minute away from kickoff. I just want to say thank you to NordVPN again for powering the matchday experience. Make sure you get the Nord birthday mystery gift, as if they didn't give you enough already. You can use Nord to watch new content on streaming services you're already subscribed to, and you can even subscribe to new streaming services that aren't available in your country. It is a no-brainer, people.
Did you know that what you pay when you subscribe to any service or product is dependent on where you are? Why restrict yourself when you can unlock your internet freedom with NordVPN? Just use NordVPN to change your location. Click the link to be invincible.
And we're back and we have kicked off, people. So we're getting into the game now. Oh no, we haven't kicked off, sorry.
We're about to kick off.
I thought I saw the ball on the pitch ready. We're about to kick off, people. Mopé taking the centre. Let's see what we got today. Everyone's predicting 2-0 and 3-0 here on the panel. Let us know in the comments what you're predicting. I see a few 4-0s here as well. 3-1s seems to be a favourite in the live chat.
Everyone's feeling confident.
But a lot of Arsenal wins here. A lot of Arsenal
I think we
wins.
can all agree that if we don't get
On the
3
way.
points tonight, it'll be a massive disappointment.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're still in a strong position, but mentally, we want to be applying the pressure.
I mean, one of the reasons that I think a result today is important is everyone called that 3-game league run where we didn't get a win a blip, right? Then we had a very uncomfortable 4-2.
Yep.
We had a 1-0 where, you know, maybe we should have scored more than one. If you get a 3rd win, then suddenly you're very much blip over.
Yeah.
You know, 3 wins on the bounce, you're then at the beginning of another run.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of want to put that blip talk to bed and see whether we have actually fully recovered. I think we have.
Yeah, that Leicester performance told me a lot in terms of how assured it was, how dominant it was. I wanted us to create a few more chances, but listen, away fixtures ain't easy. I know we've done very well away from home this season, and a lot of our clean sheets have come away from home. But it was good to get a clean sheet and a performance that nullified all of the opposition's threat, if I'm honest with you. 1 shot throughout the game,
Hey, right.
none on target, and a foul for Arsenal here, near the centre circle.
I think they've already seen a couple of incidents tonight that are going to play out a lot. With Onana going down, spending a lot of time on the floor, then we saw the foul in the middle of the park. Everton are going to do their best to try and disrupt us today, break things up, frustrate us. So we've got to be cognizant of that, because I think that is going to be a tactic of theirs tonight.
Yeah, 100%.
So
They'd be more than happy
Onana
with
gets a
point.
little touch on the side of the head and he goes down like he's been hit by Mike Tyson. I wasn't convinced by that at all, to be honest. You could see a couple of the Arsenal players say, look, come on, bro.
Already.
Yeah.
That was loose.
A bit sloppy
That was
there.
loose.
Who was that, Ben White?
Yeah. No foul. Okay.
Yeah. Throw into Everton, couple minutes in.
Whew.
You saying nerves?
No. Listen, the Emirates is
From 3-0
I know, 2 minutes
to
later.
be nervous 2 minutes later.
No.
But we should have joy against their fullbacks as well, Mikalenko and Coleman, against Martinelli and Saka.
Yeah, I mean,
Coleman's actually on a good run of form.
and Mikalenko had the game of his life when we were at Goodison.
Yeah, but how many of those does he have a season?
I know.
So
I know.
we've given him one already. free kick
Coleman's one
Arsenal.
of those that's enjoying a little bit of a Indian summer in his career, isn't it?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Release it
Martinelli on
quicker.
the left.
Quick. Yeah,
Got a shout out Iwobi as well. He's been one of their best players this season, apparently.
Yeah?
Iwobi, yeah.
He had a good patch in the first half of the season.
Did he get injured then?
I'm not sure,
What?
you know.
I feel like he picked up an injury after that good patch of form. Maybe I'm making that up.
I think he did.
He was good under Lampard, anyway.
Perth says Arsenal have won all 3 games this season under today's referee Michael Oliver. No excuses, including VAR today. The ref is on your side statistically. Is that how we're looking at stats now? Yeah.
Why? Does anyone know why Reece Nelson's out?
No room on the bench, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, when you've got Smith Rowe coming back, now that we signed Trossard, I genuinely think it's because he just doesn't make it in based on quality.
Oh, okay.
And when Jesus comes back, there's even less room.
Yeah.
Arteta did mention in his press conference that in the upcoming game there's going to be a bit of rotation, chances given to players that haven't had many minutes.
Yeah, of course.
I was wondering whether he meant Everton, Bournemouth, or whether he was looking at the Lisbon game as the chance to rotate. I'm not too sure.
I don't think he's going to be rotating in the Premier League at all now. I think it is going to be very much, you guys have fun in the Europa League.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Premier League, I'm picking my best 11.
Yeah. Crucial.
Do you rotate
Wonderful.
heavily against Sporting Lisbon?
Personally, I would. Not because I think Sporting Lisbon are crap. I
Go on.
I just right now am less asked about the Europa League than I've ever been.
Yeah.
I've got to respectfully disagree with that. I think we should play a strong team against Sporting. I think we should take the competition seriously and respect our opponents. And I think if you make wholesale changes, you're basically sending out a message that you don't really respect the opposition. So whilst I would countenance a couple of changes, I wouldn't go wholesale changes for that game. I think the Europa League is a very winnable competition, and I'd like to see us go for it, man.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. Like, I would keep out our key players like Saka. It's just not worth sort of the risk.
Hit it.
Ooh.
Bit unorthodox there, but Jorginho just over the bar.
Will Jorginho get a goal today?
I'm loving our creativity from these corners, man. I used to hate the fact that we didn't put the ball in the box from corners, but now we're really producing results from these short ones. It's so innovative.
I must say though, I would like to see us shoot more. I say this every week. Especially when you're playing teams like we expect Everton to be today, 2 blocks of floor, low block. You know what I mean? Trying to condense it through the middle of the park. If you get on site and it opens up, have a shot. Test the keeper. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You saw what Jorginho did in that previous game against Villa when it was looking like it was going to, to all intents and purposes, meander to a 2-2 draw.
Well, and Zinchenko
shot
to get us back into it, to be honest.
Yeah, long-range shots, both of them. So
Okay.
I like teams that shoot, man. Have the confidence to shoot.
We have been better at that this year, though,
Yeah.
compared to previous years.
Yeah.
We've definitely been better at it.
Just need to do a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space in this game, though. So I know it's only 5-6 minutes in, but I'm surprised. When we win the ball, if we move it quick enough, then we can capitalise. But
Yeah. But you see that, those headers in midfield, they're winning them.
yeah, well, there's 2
To
in a
be
row.
fair to Everton, when they're winning the ball, they are trying to go forward. Oh,
Yep. Oh,
there you go,
well done,
look.
Mr.
You shot.
A shot from Mope, I
Yeah.
believe.
Comfortable save for Ramsdale.
Comfortably, probably should have held it first time.
Oh, they're
Dealt
giving
with
it away.
and he's rushed the.
It's sloppy, man.
Yeah.
Couple of instances of sloppiness there.
Sometimes, well, listen, it's not good to be sloppy, but sometimes, you know, especially a team like Everton, giving them something to think in terms of we have an opportunity here can release us on the other end. So it's showing
I
Mope.
get the impression that Mope likes playing against Arsenal. You know? He's got that little look of bedevilment in his face. You know?
He's probably seen Ty's videos. That's probably why.
It's
Give
going
him
back to-
even more motivation.
One day them two have to meet, man. They have to meet one
Oh,
day.
mate, can you imagine that meeting?
Mope will have a headache. I can't imagine.
Maybe for the next Arsenal Everton box to box, you can sort it out.
Yeah, exactly. Ty and Mbappe.
Brilliant. Oh, they've given it away there. Odegaard.
Not enough bodies, though, man.
But they've got
Back
so
straight
many
away,
back.
yeah.
They've got so many back. This is the thing. That's poor. That's poor. That's
Dilly
poor.
Dally, and who was that? Jorginho?
Yeah.
This is dangerous.
Three on three.
They got 3 on 3.
Come on, pick up. Hey, no,
Oh, his first touch was poor. Oh, wait. He was unmarked, Mopé.
That was poor defending, I'll be honest with
No,
you.
but Mopé should have scored there, you know.
Oh, he went for a cheeky little drag
Yeah,
back.
the defender was behind him, but they shouldn't even be letting him get to that
Got
cross.
Release.
I did use the word sloppy earlier.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Trossard made the right run
was
there
a
as
good
well.
run, yeah.
Wonderful. Unlucky.
Unlucky. Something I like about Trossard, he's got good feet. In tight spaces, he's confident of getting out.
Yeah.
Zinchenko on the ball, 8
That's the
minutes
ball.
in.
That's the
Oh,
ball.
go
Nice
on.
ball.
Nice.
that's a great
take.
ball.
Oh, Martinelli, get your body right.
His first touch
He
let
took
him
it
down.
down
there, didn't
nicely as well.
I felt like, I felt like he took it down, but then it was just a weird ricochet.
Offside.
Offside
Okay.
though, either way.
Well, he didn't know that.
Yeah,
Still find the back of the net. Then again, VAR doesn't always work.
No, he was
so-
off. He was
fair
off.
enough.
No, I don't know. The first touch
Went into
it
his-
up
yeah,
to-
yeah.
It was a bit awry. Still, that's encouraging that they saw that pass over the top. That's good.
We've been good at that ball across that side. I think, who was it? Xhaka to Eddie for the penalty we got against Man City. That was a similar ball in a similar position. Go on.
It's a fairly even game, you know,
Go on.
so far. Oh,
Everton.
that's
Yeah,
good.
you got him.
Oh, go.
Nice.
You got him.
Trossard's floated out to the left.
Showed a bit of pace there.
Nice,
Go on.
Leandro.
Send that in.
Well played. Well
Oh,
played.
I
Don't you
it's
think?
done.
Well played. Brilliant
Yeah,
work.
but then obviously Coleman's getting on a bit as well. So.
Brilliant work.
Trossard showed a bit of pace.
He's very agile.
Yeah.
That's the word, yeah. So Arsenal have a corner from our left-hand side. Perhaps says, if Mopé scores today, please save me from tie. I don't think Mopé has to score for tie to go in, but yeah, if he was to, then it would be a set.
Is this one going in?
Yeah. No?
No, it's not.
They just
We don't like
outside.
putting the ball in the box. We do not like putting the ball in the
No,
box.
that was tepid.
That was a poor ball there.
Tepid, man. Shoot from there. What?
Straight back in.
Headed out by Everton, poor touch there, and Everton got the ball.
Got to be
That,
cognizant.
is that Mopé making that run?
Zinni's back.
Man on.
Nice.
Well done. Well done.
Nice. Ben White coming out with it.
Ben White is looking super tanned, boy. Jeez, glowing.
Which is mad because it has not been sunny here at all.
We do have sunbeds.
Trossard again picking it up out on the left.
Never
Martinelli
mind
down the
Ben
middle
White,
right now.
call him Ben Orange. Come on, man.
Go on
boy.
inside.
He looks good though. I think,
Oh yeah.
I like the way he
round
does his shorts as well, man.
We got style and
I haven't been
style.
looking, I
got
can't lie.
swag.
Yeah.
He's got that swag.
Talk about attention to detail, Laurie.
We've reset back to Saliba, back to Gabriel.
I like the way Tierney does his shorts, tucking in the t-shirt.
Yeah, old school.
Look at the amount of men Everton have got back. You see,
It was always going to be like that. It was always
2
going to
blocks
Go
of
on,
4.
release it.
That's what you can expect from a Sean Dyche team now, you know.
be. That was poor.
Odegaard,
That was
man.
poor.
We got it back.
They're going to be very structured,
Yeah.
you know.
They're not going to come out for much.
He's a very underrated manager. I feel that he doesn't get the respect he deserves. I'm not saying he's
No, I get
what
you,
mean,
to keep-
a
to
top manager, but he's
to
he's
keep
definitely
Burnley up
worthy of it.
as long as he did.
Well, he took Burnley to Europe. I mean, that's amazing, really, isn't it?
Press.
And I mean, I was listening to an interview the other day with their current manager, Vincent Kompany, and he was saying that the foundations that Sean Dyche laid when he took over
Yeah.
were very solid. So it's not often you see a manager do that, you know, go into another club and give the previous manager credit.
A lot of people felt he was unlucky to lose his job there,
Yeah.
given the amount of credit he should have had in the bank.
Exactly.
I mean,
he had
personally,
such
when,
limited
when,
resources as well.
when Lampard got sacked, and the two names that were being proposed were Sean Dyche and Bielsa, and some people were making Bielsa favourite. I was amazed at that because I was thinking, if you're in a relegation battle that Everton are, surely
It's a risky move.
Yeah, you'd
To
go
get
for
Bielsa
Dyche.
there with his defensive record
Yeah.
is...
Oh, go on, Saka.
That's nice.
Even this is becoming a bit too frequent now.
It is.
15 minutes in.
We use the word sloppy, man, and we're seeing that a lot today.
Yeah, the final third, especially just giving the ball away.
Is Burnley still top of the Championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Iwobi down all right.
Stick with him, Martinelli. Stick with him.
Yeah.
Oh, Martinelli, you can't
Nice,
beat Martinelli
nice.
for pace there.
But he's still got the ball.
He's still got the ball, yeah.
Now we got it.
Nice.
Man on.
Come out with it now, look. They've
Man
committed
on.
bodies forward.
Eee.
Oh. Better ball than that, we might have been in.
Good work.
Nice.
Good work. Just drive with it. You've got space. Now let Saka in. Now, there we go.
Yeah,
Overlap.
Saka on the ball on the right. Ben White's made the overlap, but he's had to check it. And we
13
reset.
minutes in. 0-0.
Time's kind
Good
of
ball.
flying.
Good ball.
Go on, Martinelli.
Strong.
Oh,
Strong.
that's a foul, isn't it?
Coleman wants a physical battle.
Martinelli was a bit too honest there. If he goes down, he gets the free kick. And that wasn't
Come
strong.
on, man, a bit.
That wasn't strong.
These intricate passes are just. Everton on the ball.
Get to him. Get to him. Don't just jog back with him, man. What?
Haven't committed many men forward, but they managed to get it to Mope. It's been a nothing first 13, 14 minutes though, and not really much we can take from it.
I think, to be fair to Everton, it's been quite an even game.
Yeah, I just weren't expecting this much quality to come from Everton.
I didn't expect Everton to have this much possession.
Refs?
Exactly.
Thank you.
I thought we was going to just dominate the game a bit more.
To be honest, we should have had a lot more possession, but we've sort of gifted them the ball on
Yeah,
like
yeah.
4 occasions already in the first quarter of an hour.
Just got to be more sensible with it.
Is there anything on?
The
I
two-
mean, Everton are currently registering 40% possession. That's more than I thought they
Bloody
would
hell.
have at this stage of the game. So they are actually
Come on, Arsenal.
a bit more ambitious than I thought they would be, if I'm being honest.
As you can see here, they're just setting up 2 banks of
Martinelli.
4.
Look at Martinelli. Look at
4 and a
Martinelli.
5, to be honest.
Who is that, Zinni?
Martinelli has so much space on the touchline.
That's it, Saka.
Yes, Bukayo.
Shoot!
No, you need to hit that. You need to hit that. Oh, he's offside. isn't he?
Good bit of play, but
Yeah,
it was
good.
offsides. He probably
I
should
think
have.
we're, I don't want to be hypercritical, but I think we're being a bit too intricate with the passing. Once Saka's through there, man, shoot. There, shoot
Yeah.
now.
It's a tough
that?
angle.
But
I think once he took that extra touch, he made the angle a bit more favourable. That's when he should have pinged it.
was that the Liverpool Wolves game?
Yeah, Liverpool Wolves game has just come up on screen. I don't know why, but
Just to make a point again about that possession. So Everton are averaging about 40% possession after 15 minutes. Like, just to put that into context, when we played Leicester and they were at home, at points in that game, we were registering over 80% possession. So it just goes to show that Everton in this game are doing a lot better
go on.
than I
Nice.
thought they would be.
Where's Everton sitting in the table? Could someone just remind
They're
me?
in the
please?
bottom 3.
I think 18.
Yeah, I think they're 18th.
And where's Leicester?
They're 14th.
Leicester were
I think.
14th before our game. I don't know if they're
First
still
time.
They were poor, Leicester.
Good
Nice.
work. Brilliant. Look at the run. Look at the run. Look at the run. Ah, Martinelli made a great run there.
there. And again,
Send it in.
Too much. Too much. We had a lot of players forward there as well. That's wasteful.
yeah, good passing to get us there, but again, final third, not efficient enough. But yeah, it's still early days.
Yeah, but you want to score, man.
Yeah, of course. Obviously,
You want to
you wanna
score early, innit? That's what we said, we need an early goal.
settle the nerves a bit. We're going to pass it over to James and Frank at Information Station for a little bit, let them delve into maybe some of the stats behind the first 17 minutes.
Well, when I checked about a minute ago, in every 4 passes Arsenal played, they were getting wrong. Only pass completion rate of about 75, 76%, which shows you how sloppy we are. And you just said yourself that actually you're not sure Everton are playing that well.
No.
It's Arsenal just looking sloppy. And there's a difference for me between sloppy and not being alert, alive. You know, they're trying, they're buzzing. They've played some really nice sequences. You can see that they're switched on. It's just an execution thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It seems to be very inconsistent as well. I think Jorginho specifically has made about 4 or 5 incorrect decisions at this point. We had the chance very early on with Bukayo Saka where he cut in, could have played it on the floor to Granit Xhaka or shoot, and it was just the wrong decision.
Yeah, agreed. I think Ben White as well gave it away a few times early. There've been quite a few clearances. Arsenal just getting on the ball, moving a little bit. But there's an intensity. We've kind of played these 17 minutes like they're the last 17 minutes, which is strange. I feel like we can. I understand we want an early goal. We want to blow them away, but we can calm things down. There's a difference, again, between fast and frantic. And we're looking more frantic than we are just fast and professional in the way we're going about things. But I understand, you know, we want to kind of make an impact early on. Look at that, you know, that's forced.
Silly.
You don't need to play that.
Was that Jorginho again?
Yeah. You don't need to play that pass, in my opinion. It's a difficult one. We're not a goal behind. It's the 18th minute. Yeah, strange one. But look, hopefully Arsenal grow into it. They didn't have the best first half against Villa. So hopefully they grow into this one. But we're definitely looking a little bit more open at the back as well. So let's see. 0-0 back to Turkish and everyone else.
Yep, completely agree there. It does look more frantic than measured at the moment. But Everton have offered nothing on the other end. Couple opportunities in space and a shot on goal. Ramsdale.
You say that, but they've had more shots than we have on goal.
Yeah. Just not much to worry about, you know. It was a shot that Ramsdale was comfortable in saving. Should have grabbed it first time. But you can see here, look, a free kick even in their half.
Oh, look, that was too easy.
They've loaded the final third.
That's it. Go on, Martin.
Pass could have been better out there. Ramsdale's got it.
I will say this about Everton. I'm be interested to hear what you guys think. When they have had the ball, as they are now, you see they are getting guys forward. There's 4 forward there.
Yep. And we've conceded the corner.
That is not normal for a team that's come and just relying on low block. They are actually quite positive when they get the ball. You see their poor ball from Zinchenko, tack breaks down immediately. You look at the camera,
and they're in the box.
They've got 5 men in and around the box.
They're direct when they get the ball. I guess my surprise is I just didn't think they'd have the ball. I knew that when they had the ball they'd be direct because I mean that's what they were like even at Beargaff. But I just didn't think
wear them down and pass, move.
This is where they're going to be dangerous, set pieces.
Headed out
strong
by
header,
Saliba,
strong header. Can you get there? Nah, nothing.
Go on, let's go, let's move.
Nothing. Look at Bukayo. What? First time?
Nice.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful.
We're in space now. Go on, look,
Hold
inside.
Hold your run. There was no need for that second touch there.
Why has he slowed down?
There was no need for that touch there.
I have to say, Iwobi's winning that battle against Martinelli so far.
Martinelli was poor there because he should have just drove into the space or at least cut it into Trossard.
I don't know why he has this half touch where he tries to pull back somewhere there.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
And the momentum was still with Iwobi. Just he didn't slow him down.
That jollof rice strength, man.
That's just good defending. That's good defending.
That's not to be underestimated.
Who's down? Big Gabriel.
He'll be okay. He's got that favela strength.
What's he been eating?
Orange says our midfield is so stiff. Vieira needs to bulk up.
I mean, he's not even on.
He's not on the ball.
Is he just talking in
Assuming
general?
he probably wants Vieira on, but he needs to bulk up to be getting the minutes.
We'll get him a delivery of jollof rice, don't worry.
Oh.
Too much on that.
The thing is with that, there is a much more simple pass on than that. And I know we're very much about being brave on the ball, but when you've given the ball away that much in the first 20...
Sometimes you got to hold it and build
Looking
your
at the
confidence
manager,
up.
he doesn't look very pleased. What I would say about that is something that I've said for a while. You don't need to be overly intricate.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Sometimes a simple pass, you know, work your way through. Don't panic. Just, you know. But anyway,
There's no
I could see what he was trying to do.
Of course.
It's a bit overly ambitious for me.
Look, Saka.
Nice.
What's happened, man?
Head injury.
Oh.
He's gone down. He's done it again, isn't it? I said that. I said that, didn't I?
Is the ref got a card
It's the
out?
same player as well.
Onana's down holding his face. Ref stopped the game.
Let's see what happened.
Oh,
come on,
stop
man.
it, Onana. Come
on, man.
He did that in the first minute and he's done it again, look. And I remember he did that at Everton as well, didn't he?
He's trying to get someone sent off. He's trying to get someone sent off.
It's not an issue, Coleman, man. Just go back to your position and shut up.
More players in there as well. Or 5'4" of him or whatever he is.
Arteta's got the lads round as well. All of a sudden, all the Everton players know what happened. Decore, shut up as well, man.
You're not going to tell me. I mean, Onana's what? 6'2", 3.
He's a unit.
15 stone.
He's a unit.
Strong as
Don't get me wrong, he hit him, but it wasn't like that. It was.
But he didn't even catch him flush.
Yeah, it was just a nick.
He did the same thing after about a minute of the first half.
Gabriel.
It's a tactic. I've got no hesitation in saying that.
Newcastle did the same, and they got a point when they came here.
We're on the 23rd minute already.
See, what that does, it disrupts the flow of the game. It frustrates the Arsenal players, and
it won't get added on, Laurie. It won't get added on.
Yeah.
The longer they keep doing this and not adding on time the way they did in the World Cup, the more this will keep happening.
And they know as well, with a head injury, it's more likely than not the referee's going to blow up. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's tactical.
You have to for head injury.
You're not going to tell me you was hurt from that. I'm sorry.
And we were in a pretty good position when it got pulled up.
It was.
Jorginho.
All right, reset. 25 minutes in.
Zinni coming into the
Either
Everton
that, or
half.
he's got a pain threshold of 0. You know what I mean?
Someone
Bit
that size, I
softly.
find
No,
it very
like you
hard
said,
to
it
believe.
disrupts the play. It causes
It's
frustration.
tactical. I've got no hesitation in saying that.
Hopefully, we used it to our benefit with Arteta regrouping the lads and doing something a bit different.
Hey.
Trossard everywhere.
Ref.
But the linesman's smiling, man. Just
Oh, God.
throw in Arsenal.
We were linked with Tarkowski in a couple of seasons ago.
Were we?
Oh.
Headed straight back out. Who was that by?
The thing is, this has all been self-inflicted. It's bizarre.
Come on, Arsenal.
Just unforced.
Throw into
errors.
Everton now.
Have Everton brought us down to their level?
No, we haven't started the game well.
No, we haven't.
That's what I think it is.
That was-
Wayward passing, not precise, forcing a through ball. I think, like Shiroi said, we've just got to hold on to it a bit for now and now build the confidence up. Frustrate Everton a bit in a sense where maybe we can pull them out of position, even though that would be difficult to do to a Sean Dyche team.
I think if you're of the two managers, he would certainly be the happiest at the moment. Oh, this looks promising. Can we get? No.
Ah,
Oh, of course he's going to see it out, Odegaard, man. Get close.
I think you've got to give a bit of credit to Everton as well, though. They're defending well so far.
well, they've done exactly what we expected them to do. I don't think there's been any surprises at their end, man.
No.
That was a bit too much for Odegaard to get onto.
Yeah, it was a poor pass again from Saka.
Yeah.
Saka's had a few, Jorginho's
And
had a few,
that's,
Zinni's had a few.
Tarkowski and
Trossard.
Odegaard coming together there. And we remember the last time.
He
they
got
had to come
buoyed off.
together.
He got buoyed off.
Tarkowski ragdolled him, man. Remember, just
Yeah.
Moves.
say, yo, that's my...
As in for the goal, yeah? For the goal at their goal.
Do you think we're feeling the pressure of the game tonight?
Nah, not really. Not really.
No, I think Turkish is right. We just made a bit of an indifferent start. Maybe we need to grow into the game. Maybe trying a bit too hard with these intricate passes. Just keep the ball a bit more.
Yeah, just let it flow. Go on, release tonight.
Gabriel coming out with it. Go on, Martinelli, run at him a little bit.
I mean, one of the reassuring things about this Arsenal squad now is if things aren't necessarily going well, you do have good quality and different types of players on the bench. Someone like Nketiah is different to Trossard.
Nice.
Go on.
Someone like Partey is different to Jorginho. Someone like Vieira is different to Saka. Whatever, you know, we've got options.
Send
Good
it
feet
in.
there.
Someone on.
Unlucky.
Still got it.
Nah, they've got 7 in the box at any given time.
Go and get this. Nice. Recycle and go again.
Right hand side. That's it.
Oh, where is Saka right now? He's out of picture.
Probably
gonna
hugging
need
the
to- he's gonna need
touchline.
to drop
if I had to
He's
guess.
holding the touchline, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, there it is.
that's it.
Again, the pass needs to be in front of him. It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
behind him. It's just sloppy. And then
Again, poor,
it's round the
poor.
corner,
Here they go
losing
on the
the
break.
3 on 2.
See that? They got 4 forwards
Four on
on
two.
2.
Pick him up.
Stay tight to him. Remember what happened with Ollie Watkins?
Oh, shit.
Good tackle.
Magnificent.
Well
Well
done.
played, Gabby. Well
Magnificent.
played.
It's crucial.
He's having an outstanding season, actually.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Hey, Gabby,
Yeah.
back on form.
We got
See
lucky
that?
there.
Look at
4
that.
on 2.
They
We
had
got
4
lucky.
forwards. You see what I'm saying, Tony?
Yeah.
When they get the ball, they are positive. I'll give them that.
Good defending from Gabriel. Otherwise, it was a clear shot on goal. Ball in.
That's
Nah,
not good.
poor.
I just don't think we're going to be winning the aerial duels in the box. I'd rather keep the ball on the deck.
Yeah.
No foul.
Malpe back to
He held that up well, to be honest.
Everton getting a bit of the ball now. Pickford looking long.
Hand. Hand.
Is that?
Cool. Ben White throwing back in possession. Let's do something with it now, man. Nearly half an hour in. Not one chance created. It's been easy for
First
Everton
time.
so far. No.
Oh.
But that's better. That's better.
Unlucky. That was sharp. We've got to be a lot sharper. That was the first bit of danger we've put them under.
Because there was no unnecessary touch. He got in the
Yeah.
position straight in.
And we're literally coming to half an hour, and Everton have been the better side the opening half an hour. Contained us well, forced us into
You'd go as far as to say that, would you?
Yeah, they have been.
No, I'm just interested in.
They're definitely the happier side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Someone help him out. That's theirs.
Tell him again, Bukayo.
Saka getting a knock there. No surprise. Arteta said it's something he has to just get used to. Goal kick Everton. Bit of a frustrating first 30 minutes. Give us your thoughts in the live chat. We are live on Twitch as well, people. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't hit it already. 7.6k in the building.
I mean, let's face it, Everton would take a point from today's game. Even if
course.
they're in
Of
trouble.
course they would.
Of course.
We
Whereas
don't want a point. We want all three.
No.
Yeah, a point still increases the gap, but it's not the same feeling
Yeah, we want.
that we all expected come the end of this match tonight.
Go on, press him.
They're
The
winning the
longer the
second
ball
balls,
stays,
they're winning
yeah,
most
the ball
of first
stays in the air,
balls.
they're
It's
going to be
just
happy. The ball stays in the air, they're going to be happy.
Foul, Everton.
Saka's
Saka's getting frustrated, yeah.
Very late.
Yeah, it's a foul.
It's not like Saka though. Like
Saka might need to drop a bit more to find the ball because his first half an hour I haven't seen him in the game at all, and he's one of the players we're looking at to be the difference.
That was a good touch. No, get up.
Or is that not a nana again?
It is.
Is
He's giving it.
He's given it.
You
He's
know
given
what?
it.
The
He's given
referee needs to start having a chat with him.
The thing is, the
So he gave the free kick.
linesman had a clear view
Oh,
and
no, he
gave
didn't.
nothing.
Did
The
he give
linesman
it?
had a clear
No,
view
I
and gave
don't
nothing.
think
No,
he
he didn't give it in the end. He
No,
gave the
I
goal
don't
kick.
know.
I gave the goal kick.
he's gonna frustrate me this game. Look.
I mean, there was contact.
Yeah, but come on.
There's contact from him on Gabriel as well. Is he that sensitive? Come on, man.
Is that the third time this game he's done that?
Yeah. And it's only how many minutes?
His pain threshold, seriously, I said it was 0 before. It's actually sub-0.
No, he knows what he's doing, man.
Pain, bro. He's not in pain. He's just acting.
Soft, man.
Come on, Arsenal, man. Just less than 15
But don't you think
to
the
go.
referee should be having a word with him and saying, listen, man, I know what you're
yeah.
playing at, stop it.
Exactly, just chill out, mate.
Because, you know, if you don't do that, he's going to
Book him.
keep doing.
Ben White out on the right.
That was poor. I mean, everyone knew where that was going.
These passes, like...
Everyone knew where that was going.
They got Mo Smoke One, who's just subbed to the Twitch channel as well. Like I said, we're not only live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, people, so make sure you subscribe over there. The FIFA content has been few and far between this year, but it is coming back slowly but surely.
Oh, even that, I mean, this is so weird. I haven't seen us like this for a while.
Isn't it?
That pass wasn't even a difficult pass.
He had two options as well.
Well played, Jacko. Won the ball.
It's funny because I think we won our 10 consecutive games at home. But I think of the last 4, we've only won 1 at home. So...
Last 4, 1-1.
Yeah.
City lost, Brentford, draw.
Yeah. Whereas, is that a sign of the pressure? I don't know. What do you
The
think?
last home win, United. Must be United then, isn't it?
Our last win.
At the Emirates.
Yeah.
We've only had a couple since then, and that's the City loss and the.
We've been away a fair bit. First time.
That's it. Go on.
Gone.
I mean, earlier on in the season, you know what I mean?
No, he kept that in. He kept that in.
Home games, we were...
Nice.
See, that is the most difficult pass out of all of the 4 available.
Yeah.
Just look at the percentages. It makes no sense. It's really direct. Goes back to what James was saying, man, about 20 minutes ago. That's the sort of pass you'd expect in the 85th minute, when you have to get into the box.
Could have held on to the ball a little bit more.
That's it. Press.
Coming up to 10 minutes to go in the first half. Not much to say, if I'm honest
Well,
with
we've
you.
only had 1 shot on goal. So, well,
Yeah, it's not what you'd expect when the league leaders are at home against a bottom 3 team, you know.
And there's that revenge on the cards as well.
Look at that, it was deadness.
my God,
That was
that
really
was
poor. Really poor. Again.
All right. Who's that throw? We considered the throw in there. Just usher it out and just keep possession.
see that? 1 attempt on goal to Everton's 3.
Was that one attempt, the Jorginho one that went over the bar?
Must be from the corner.
Yeah.
Must be. We haven't had anything else since then.
Horrible.
Throw into Everton. Let's pass it over to James and Frank and get their thoughts now with 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Shocking half so far. Arsenal are playing... I won't spoil all of it. If you saw Robbie on the overlap, he was chatting with Gary Neville, and Gunner blogger James McNicholas made a good point with Gary Neville about Arsenal being too emotional sometimes. It feels like Arsenal are playing like it's game week 35 with 10 minutes to go. Forced passes, really sloppy. There seems a panic about us. Passes under hit, passes over hit. Zinchenko giving the ball away. And I'm sorry, you can't have, when you play with 3 deep-lying playmakers, Jorginho, Zinchenko and White, all of them looking really sloppy on the ball.
I'm not happy at all about what I've seen, to be honest, now that you've got Alex Iwobi on the wing here. It's a fairly poor cross over to Ben White, but Ben White specifically has been very poor in this game for me. Jorginho's been a bit wasteful, and in general we've been very wasteful. It looks like we're trying to be a bit too fancy. It's not working. I think we've got to change something up going into the second half, personally.
Yeah, massively. I think just to end on a positive, well done, Jorginho, clearing it. Players are playing well. I think Gabriel and Xhaka. I'm going to put Xhaka in there. I think he's the only one who's looked fairly assured in possession and is working really hard both on and off the ball. So yeah, really disappointing. Arsenal need to learn to just relax, man. I don't know what's wrong with them. They just seem overawed either by Everton or the occasion. But I don't know, all frantic, all really messy. Now Trossard's gone to the left and Martinelli up front as well.
I like the fact they're rotating as well.
They are. I like that. But that's not just a one-off, like they've ended up in those positions from the press. This seems to have been a tactical change mid-game. So
similar to what we used to do with Laka and Oba.
Yeah, true. All right, so let's see if it will yield anything a bit more positive. Back to Turkish.
Yeah, since we passed it over, Everton have had the ball in and around their box, couple balls in.
You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Everton growing in confidence. Look at the passes they're stringing together.
Look, before kickoff, I said Sean Dyche would have told them, man, the longer it stays at 0-0, the more of a sniff you have in this game.
This is where our press needs to come into play. We need to nick the ball and...
Could it be that Everton are just one of those teams, man? They're like a bit of a nemesis team.
I'm not having that, man.
Don't let it bounce.
They've been so poor this season.
But sometimes you could come up
even
against
that is actually pathetic. That was actually pathetic.
You know what I mean?
Who was that, Saka?
I think it was White.
You can come up against certain teams, man, that just know how to play against you. Could it be that Everton, especially under Sean Dyche, have just...
But it's not been
got
that.
their tactics right.
It's not been that. We've just been really poor in possession. Do you know what I mean? These haven't been errors that have been because we've been under magnificent pressure. Some of these have been completely unforced. That's why I don't get it. Just going back to what James was saying about the fact that we're sort of playing as though it's game week 35. Martinelli post-match against Leicester said, no, every game that we have now is a cup final. And I understand the sentiment. But if that is the mentality, then maybe we are going to put a bit too much on every single game and try and force the issue. If we're looking at absolutely everything like it's a cup final. I know it's just a thing that people say, but that seems to be manifesting itself on the pitch today.
Everton are putting the bodies in the right places right now. We ain't been able to... Nice.
Good.
Reset again.
Everton are working incredibly hard when they haven't got the ball. You see that there, Decore, he's on his case, man.
One goal opens up the
Nice.
game.
Oh, go on.
Nice. I thought Saka would have set off there.
Yeah, that's what I thought was. I think Trossard, I mean, I think Martinelli thought the same. Throwing Arsenal, coming up to 5 minutes to go in the first half.
We need a strong finish to this half. We need a strong finish to this half.
We haven't created anything.
Just go for goal.
There's a bit of space there.
True.
Pass.
Nice.
Go on, Saka!
Get in!
Oh my God! We needed that!
Finish!
Cold.
Finish!
This kid is cold. This kid is cold.
It was like we worked hard.
This kid is cold.
Aye, that was a finish.
Cold.
That was a finish.
And it's not the first time he's done that this season.
No, he's done it a few times.
Time.
He's done it a few times.
He is cold, and that was a wonderful ball.
Beautiful.
Great first touch.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
great
bit of
first
guile
touch.
on the ball, innit?
And you know, both of them are in man's fantasy team this week.
Oh, you got both of them in there, yeah?
I haven't done that all season.
And it has to be said, Saka, up until then, is having a quiet game.
Nice.
And he's on.
Nice.
And he's on.
That's what he does.
Beautiful finish! Bukayo Saka!
Finish!
Look at that.
But you know what I liked about that? The first touch.
Isn't it? No,
Out his feet.
Yeah.
that's a beautiful goal.
One touch and bang. Weaker foot.
Go on.
Doesn't matter.
Clinical.
Buried it.
Our star boy Saka!
Buried
Look at where the ball is when Pickford eventually moves his arms. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
It's literally gone.
Gone.
Oh, Saka.
Because although the goalkeeper was beaten on his near post, really,
What are
he
you
couldn't
gonna
do anything about
What are you
it.
going to do about it?
Power, unerring accuracy.
Oh, you could have had Dal Sim in goal. He wasn't saving that.
And that should deflate Everton as well, because they had a good 40 minutes
Yeah,
and we
they
had
did.
one chance, one goal.
That first shot on
confidence
target.
boost. Right, let's go now, boys.
Yeah, let's be sensible to see at this half now. Second half, you know, they're going to have to do something different.
That goal's definitely woke me up.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Saka wasn't having his best game up until that moment, but he showed there the quality that he's got.
We say the same about Erling Haaland week in, week out, and then bang,
That's
you know,
it.
that's, I mean, that is what it is.
Same with De Bruyne. You know, you'd be times games
That's
will
it.
look like they're going past him and
Pulls it out the bag.
oh, come on. Just got to keep concentration, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, referee.
Hey,
I didn't see anything there. Maybe I missed it, but
he was pulling on.
What did the ref give it to him?
yeah.
Laka says that was cold from Saka, my Nigerian brother.
It was. It was.
Big up our Nigerian family, boy.
What did he give there? I still haven't seen it. What happened?
I didn't see what happened there.
Chance for Everton to get in the
Stay
box.
switched on. We're very high. We're very high.
Be smart.
What happened there? Offside?
Offside? Yep. Well,
Oh, then good thing we were high. Well done.
it's something anyway. We've got possession. Free kick to Arsenal.
Let's go.
2.5 minutes to go. First half. 1-0 up. Still 2-0, 3-0 on the cards.
Isn't it?
That lad there playing the drums only got a t-shirt on, man. That's,
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's,
Grimsby 2, Southampton 0.
Grimsby 2, Southampton 0.
What is going on here?
And Southampton are at home, by the way.
Mag.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But was that 2 penalties as well?
Wait,
I think
Grimsby,
so.
they're what, League 1 or League 2?
I don't even have a clue.
Are they League 2?
All I know about Grimsby is that Sacha Baron Cohen movie, man. I ain't seen
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. That's what comes to mind every time I see them.
That's all I know.
Is that where he's from?
Nah,
That's where he did a
no.
movie.
Oh, so I was
He did a
going to
movie.
say.
I think it was called Grimsby.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or Grimsby Brothers or something.
Something like that.
Grimsby.
I've been to Grimsby before, yeah.
What on earth
Yeah.
did you... what were you doing
It's
there?
like a fishing town.
Oh, my word.
Is it good for catching
I only
fish?
passed through, though. I wasn't catching any fish.
Do they not have plenty of fish there?
It's not the most exciting place in the
Oh,
country.
they got a
put it
chance to
that
get in the
way.
box.
No.
Looked like a good ball, defended by Everton. And that's a throw into Arsenal. Minute to go. And anything I'd have done. Actually,
Well,
it might be a
the
couple.
amount that Onana
No, I
went
don't know.
down.
Onana.
Yeah, that's
probably
what I mean.
There might
got
be a
about
couple,
2
yeah.
minutes.
Or 3. Go and get into white.
Arteta out instructing the game. I'm sure he's definitely not happy with his first half, regardless.
Of course
of the
not.
goal.
Yeah, exactly. He'll want to see
Ah, you knew what was coming.
a bit more in the second half.
Odegaard saying to the linesman, you bought that.
Oh,
He
come
knew what
on.
was going to happen there, though. I don't think he can have a go at the linesman there. If you put your leg out, the guy's going to drop. That's the way they're playing.
Didn't need to get so close.
Yeah.
Pickford free kick. He's going to get it up the pitch. No playing at the back from Everton. Straight route one all first half. Nice.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Good football.
Go on.
Ah, unlucky.
4
4
minutes added
added
on.
on.
3 of those were. Oh!
Oh, he's offside. Ah!
It did look offside, to be honest.
No, Martinelli, you see him there? He
Yeah,
nods, he
his
goes, "Nah, I'm
face
off."
said it all.
He goes, I'm off.
Man,
That would have been
nice.
wonderful.
2-0 lead going into
That would have been
half-time.
wonderful.
Is he off?
I didn't even see how it got there.
Neither did I. Like, I saw the foul and then next
Yeah, it's
minute.
clearly offside, yeah.
Wait, who touched the ball though?
Saka. Just comes off Saka's foot.
Okay.
Yeah, it did look
Oh,
offside.
man.
All right. Offside. Still 1-0.
Oh,
That would
Could have
been
done
a
with that.
Nice little...
no.
They're still checking it though, so I don't know if they're checking with
Well, can you show me the lines at least, bro?
That's if they remember to draw them.
Yeah, that's all.
Show me the lines.
Oh,
It's offside. It looks
yeah.
it. But then, you know, things have looked offside in other games.
From one angle and then another angle it's on.
They haven't necessarily. They can't see his foot. That's the issue because Saka's foot's in front of it. So
Show me the lines.
look. What's that? Ah, yeah, it's gonna be offside.
Show me the lines.
Is it on?
Nice finish from Martinelli though.
I think it's on.
It could be on.
It looked off to me.
It looked a lot closer than I thought initially, but
Can we see another angle?
Oh, it's a goal.
Yes! Get in! Another one.
You might have needed 5 on it. You might have needed 5 on it.
Third game in a row, bro.
You might have needed 5 on it.
Oh my God, it's 2-0.
How?
Hey, I don't know how.
Oh my God.
Look, we have been. This has been one of the worst first halves I've seen Arsenal in possession at home, and we're still 2-0 up.
Sometimes you just need a bit of luck.
Oh, what a glorious Wednesday.
Jeez.
I don't know who drew the lines on that, but
I ain't complaining.
That's the same VAR brother that's always at Old Trafford, I guarantee you, man. Because that's exactly what that Rashford was.
No, he
nice. Finish.
That's poor by Idrissa Gueye.
Yeah, he's not checking his shoulders.
You got robbed.
That's 3 and 3 for Martinelli as well.
2-0 Arsenal.
Wonderful.
They both hit 10 goals then, Saka and Martinelli.
Oh yeah.
And this goes back to the conversation we were having at the beginning of the season when we saw Liverpool and City go back to having a traditional 9 and whether we needed that, you know. Look at how many goals we get from all areas of the pitch and how everyone's chipping in.
What an end to the first half, man. It was looking all mad at 40 minutes.
Exactly.
At 48, it's 2-0 Arsenal.
Keep on going.
Oh.
Dare I say job done? It should be job done. I'm sorry. Listen, we shouldn't be conceding 2 goals to Everton at the Emirates in the second half.
Exactly, but look at how Everton have been doing. But no.
They're going to need to come out more. I'm expecting more goals for us.
I was just about to say, I'm thinking 4-0 Arsenal.
Do you think Sean
I might even go for the 5.
But does Sean Dyche now get more adventurous, or does he go, you know what, I'm worrying about goal difference?
He has to, really.
I'm worrying about goal difference, allow it.
Because they need something out
I
of this
don't know,
game.
you know. The thing about him, he's been in this position before, so...
Oh my God.
Foul.
I think they go adventurous first 15, 20 for sure.
And then if it's not happening, lock it
See
off.
if they can get a goal. And that's our chance to nail it
But I've got
down.
to say, what was Idrissa Gueye thinking of, man? I mean, he just dwelled over the ball.
Didn't know
and
what to do
allowed
with
the
it.
ball to be stolen off his foot. So poor.
I like that Saka and Martinelli are still alert, you know. It's one of those, don't ask, don't get.
Literally.
That was really poor from me, Gueye. But
All right, blow the whistle now, ref.
Yeah, 4 minutes have been played. Obviously, we got...
Blow. Oh. Half time.
Yeah, it must be coming soon.
Oh, he's got
Well
space. He's got space.
Nice,
Kick
Ramsdale.
that.
Nice,
Well
very
done.
nice, very nice.
Should have done better with the clearance, but
Just blow your whistle, man.
no pay out to Wolby. We played just over 4.5 minutes of added on time.
It's a good run. No
Nice,
foul.
Silly.
Wonderful defending. Brilliant stuff.
Half time.
Play it out, play it out,
Yep,
play it
straight
out,
in.
play it out, play it out.
Nice. Half time.
Yes! I am happy with that result.
Saka, Martinelli, a goal each.
Isn't it?
Can't complain.
Honestly, I cannot believe that's the score.
Neither
If you
can I.
asked me 10 minutes ago, are we going to be going in 2-0?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I would have said you must have done a bottle
We
of
got
Johnny
2
Walker.
chances at the end, 2 goals. 1 super chat from Laka said, big up the man them. Robbie 2.0, Turkish Charlene Sharoy. It's Thursday, 7:35 a.m. here in Sydney, and boy, my weekend is starting already. Hashtag champ vibes.
Yeah.
Big up everyone in Sydney.
Listen, people, before we go over to James for the halftime show, here, Lee and Julian.
Why do you think you're unable to access new content on your favourite streaming services?
It's raining that day. We mustn't forget that it's been raining, so... It's been raining!
How did you end up with harmful malware on your laptop? Was that rain as well?
It's a disgrace!
What you need is NordVPN. Think of it as an umbrella, but just for your online activities.
I like umbrellas.
You'll be protected from harmful malware, viruses, and hackers.
Anything else?
It's super fast, and you can use it on up to 6 devices. Protected with complete freedom at the touch of a button.
You, sir, are not a disgrace. Thank you.
Remember, with the AFTV special, you can get a bonus gift.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the halftime show. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. I have no idea how it's 2-0 to Arsenal. That might have been our worst first half of the season. And I'm not joking, but we're 2-0 up. And that's why these are multi-million-pound footballers with big price tags who demand big salaries, because they can make differences when we're not playing well.
That was like a magic trick, James. It
Yeah,
literally came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
That, like you said, it's probably the worst half of football we've played this season.
Yeah.
And to still be 2-0 up, this for me is a sign. This is championship mentality.
Yeah, I hear that.
Not bottom, but dropping down championship, like Premier League winning mentality. Yeah. When we're not playing well, we're still winning the game. And we've played awful. And a moment of madness from both Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. The Saka goal, excellent finish. You know, weak foot, beats Jordan Pickford at his near post. It's quite poor goalkeeping from Jordan Pickford, in my opinion. And the Martinelli goal.
Is it, or is it a great strike from Saka?
It's a bit of both, because as a goalkeeper, you shouldn't be getting beaten in near post in any situation. But you can't take anything away from Bukayo Saka there. Done the little Thierry Henry celebration after as well. A Thierry Henry-esque finish as well. The Martinelli goal, VAR's helped us today. You know, it's a rarity nowadays that VAR helps Arsenal, but it's been on our side. It's literally on side by a toe, and that's what VAR's for.
Marcus says, "What? We were much worse at Everton." But Marcus, you got to put it into context. We were away from home. They had a manager bounce. It was Goodison. You expect them to be up for it. So I could kind of understand the performance being, you know, not at our best. Whereas this, on the back of what we did at Leicester, I was expecting, you know, a big half from Arsenal in terms of chance creation, possession, control of the game. It's been anything but that. It's been incredibly scrappy. We'll go through the stats in a sec. Well, we've got them here. We've been outshot by Everton in that half, which I know their shots weren't exactly great efforts, but the amount of times that they created a 4-on-2 or a 3-on-1, or what, not 3-on-1, but, you know, they had overloads running at our goal, and they got us, you know, running the other way, and to a degree forced us into bad passes, but I also think we've just been really sloppy. You know, I think, I'm not going to go back on it just because we're 2-0 up. That was a disastrous half from Arsenal. But what we had, this is where I've got to give the players credit, is we had players stick to their... I said during one of the intervals, didn't I, when Turkish came over to us for our thoughts, I said, it's not that we're just frantic, but we don't look like we're not, like the intent's not right. We don't look like we're not trying, or that we're sloppy because we're doing too much, not because we're doing too little.
I think I go with the way I described it. I think we're just trying to be too fancy with all of the over-the-top balls and eccentric passes. Sometimes it's just better to play simple.
Well, what we saw was Zinchenko spot Saka in space. He did really well to find that space. And it's just brilliant from the touch with his right foot, sets himself up with his left, and then with his right, he drills it into the roof of the net. Second time this season, he's pulled out that finish. We saw it against Leeds earlier as well, in a game that we weren't playing that well in, albeit that first half was pretty decent at Leeds. But, you know, rifled it into the roof of the net and just would have settled the nerves in the Emirates Stadium. But like I said, it shouldn't be this nervy this early on.
No, absolutely not.
You know, I'm glad Arsenal were able to find that bit of composure and control and quality for the guy. I mean, we've just got it here. Zinchenko, I mean, he's basically playing in the right 10 space.
Yeah.
And then that is brilliant, isn't it, by Bukayo Saka? I mean, to just rifle it into the roof of the net like that is... Because that's intentional. He's not just smacked the ball and hoped.
No, of course.
He's gone, I'm going high. But you can look really silly when you get that wrong.
No, of course.
But it's a great
Jordan
finish.
Pickford shouldn't be getting beaten.
No, I disagree. I don't think there's anything Pickford can do. I think that is just an unbelievable finish. What can Pickford do? I know you've been a goalkeeper, haven't you?
Yeah, but
what can you do about that?
I don't want to take away from the Saka goal. I really don't want to take away from the Saka goal. But as a goalkeeper personally, you shouldn't be getting beaten near post. Not that I'm complaining.
I hear that.
And do you know what? I think it's very important that we got these goals when we did, because if we go into this second half and it's still 0-0, I think it's a very different game. But now we can go into the second half, pressure's off our back a little bit. I think we can go out and score another at least 2 goals.
Well, I mean, Arsenal now should relax, but there's been such chaos in their first half performance that it makes you wonder, you know, what their second half could be. Hopefully they've got the goals now, they'll settle. We saw some of the football they played, especially when that second goal went in. You just saw Arsenal start to relax and enjoy it. Their second goal comes from Bukayo Saka winning the ball after Odegaard kind of tripped up. Gay is looking to, well, I don't know what he's looking to do, because then comes Bukayo Saka. And there's 2 things. Great finish from Martinelli again at the near post, and then VAR does its job.
I think, is this it here? I think we're about to see it here.
Oh no, this is the Saka one again.
But I just want to bring close attention to the fact that we've now got, for the first time in forever, 2 players in the top 10 Premier League goal scorers in both Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka with 10 goals apiece. This is mesmerising, James. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant, and Arteta's been building teams, you know, with the plan to get goals from everyone. Everyone's meant to contribute, and You know, you saw it last week, Martinelli and Saka today. Trossard, we know, has been getting goals in the Premier League this season, although mainly for Brighton. He does have one for us. Odegaard's chipped in with more than his fair share as well, was top scorer, I think, shortly after the World Cup. So they're all, they're all playing their part. I mean, here's my thoughts on the Martinelli goal. Firstly, I love that from Saka. He recognised that, you know, hold on, the move's not dead. Because when Odegaard trips, it's very easy for everyone to go, it's nearly half-time. Yeah, look, the fourth officials just put the board up, say 4 minutes. It would be very easy for Saka, Martinelli in that situation to go, we've just lost the ball, let's just retreat into a shape, nearly half-time for a second. You know, he's got it in a safe position. Look, he's got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
You know, but Saka just nicks it. And I want to give credit to VAR here, because I was, you know, tearing VAR and officiating apart at half-time against Leicester.
It's so close. Like, we're getting the replays now, and it is literally at most a toe.
And I stand by my criticism of VAR and the officials. Absolutely, I do. What I would say, though, is this is where VAR can be brilliant. And I don't think you've ever heard me, or anyone who watches AFTV and follows myself would have ever heard me say, get rid of VAR, because I believe the game is better for it as long as we can implement it properly. And I look back at the last 2 World Cups that have had it. I look back at the Champions League where it is implemented better, and what you get is actually a game that is largely corrected in a good way.
When I look at that decision there, and that's probably one of the closest decisions that I've seen so far this season. It makes me wonder why they can't be consistent, because if they can get decisions like that correct, which it was, there's been some blatant ones this season, you know, going back a few weeks now, but you look at the Souček handball in the Chelsea game, it's silliness.
Look at the Norgard Brentford one, you know. That was, you were here for that one, weren't you, I think?
Brentford game, yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's stupidness that they get this kind of stuff wrong, but it shows that they can do it. We just need to have some consistency.
Yeah, James, we're doing it, says Exodus. Cheers from Holland. Let's go through some stats.
Yes, let's do that. Because,
like I said, not really a good half from Arsenal. I'm not going to shy away from that. Only 3 shots in the game, 2 on target, 2 goals. We've completed about 160 more passes than Everton, not a lot more. They're beating us for take-ons. Yeah, they're running at us a bit more, but I appreciate that the game opens up at that point. Jorginho has given the ball away 6 times. I appreciate 33 out of 39 passes isn't a terrible return. You know, he still played 33 passes, but he's given 6 away. And Laurie likes to use the term unforced errors. If you follow tennis, you'll know what we mean, or maybe other sports use it as well. Essentially, you've made an error you didn't need to. There was no pressure. There wasn't players around you. Sometimes there were, to be fair, but largely Arsenal have been making a lot of unforced errors. Ben White, 37 out of 44. That means 7 times he's given the ball away. You know, that is a lot. And when watching it, it's very, like, it how do I explain it? It's quite obvious. Like, you're seeing them, you're going, these are poor passes. These aren't moments of being pressed or giving it away in the final third when you're trying to make something happen. Yeah, that's happened a little bit, but largely we've been giving it away in areas that are normally areas that Arsenal just control completely.
No, of course, and you're not always, when you look at it from Ben White's point of view, you're not always going to get away with that when you've got a player as fast and as agile as Dwight McNeil on that side with him. I think that is probably the area of weakness that we've got in the team at the moment, not generally, but just in this game. And I think that's where, if you're going to make a change, you're probably going to look to do it. Because Ben White's not had a fantastic game.
No, he's not. Credit to Zinchenko, though, who I didn't think was having a great game in terms of possession stats. For what it's worth, he's completed 41 of his 46 passes. So, I mean, look, that is a lot of passes he's completing, and you're talking near 80+% pass completion rate there, and you'd expect 80 to 85. Well, 85 is pretty good. But Zinchenko has completed 16 of his 18 attacking third passes, which you saw that with the Saka goal, but he's also, when he has been getting forward, he's been able to show that composure and creativity in the final third to try and make things happen, and he does with that goal.
No, absolutely. And it's, do you know what? I just want to see a little bit more going into the second half that we saw in that last 9 or so minutes.
Yeah, I hear that.
At the first half.
Let's go through some super chats. He was sending them in. Duoth says, we're trying to break them down with constant movement, but the moment Saka stands there, we get the goal. And Martinelli was mad too. You know what it is, Duoth? That's an interesting thing. We're trying to break them down with constant movement. I wonder whether, I was criticising Arsenal for looking frantic, and I said there's a difference between frantic and fast. I wonder whether Arsenal were looking like that because Arteta had said, if you want to break this team down, you got to be buzzy. Xhaka, 1 minute you're in the 10, 1 minute you're on the left wing, 1 minute Trossard's wide, 1 minute Martinelli's wide, then he's up front. Saka, you got to be coming inside, outside. White, you got to go long, you got to go short. Jorginho, you got to receive the ball in very difficult areas to try and invite the press. And if that's the game plan, that would explain a little bit more, but I think Arsenal are getting the simple things wrong. That's what frustrates me.
Yeah, no, there's been a few times in the game where there's been, you know, a much simpler option, and like I said, sometimes it's better to just be basic with it. We've been giving away a lot of long balls. Sometimes just play the shorter pass. So just be safe with it.
Yeah, Real Madrid Arsenal says our fullbacks are not playing the ball quick enough to Saka and Martinelli, so Everton can easily double up on them. The thing I'd say is people like to talk about doubling up and, you know, they're overloading or helping out on these wings or whatever. That means there must be space centrally. So I don't care if Saka barely sees the ball for a 90-minute game, as long as the players in central areas, Xhaka, Odegaard, Trossard, or Zinchenko, whoever's popping up those areas, are able to do what they want to do. And funnily enough, where does Saka get his goal from and his assist? It's from a more tucked in area, because out wide he's been really kind of suffocated. So yeah, it's about going, cool, right, we're not having that success out wide like we normally would, so let's find another way. Ollie says, not the best half, but patient performance against a Dyche team that have parked the bus. I disagree. I wouldn't call that a patient performance. It was anything but patient, in my opinion. But I agree with the sentiment that we kept going, and you know, we've not been the best, but we found a way. It was always going to be tough, but the boys are doing it. I agree, Ollie, they absolutely are, and thank you for your super chat. Brian says professional performance, playing in second gear. Again, I disagree with that. I think it's a far from professional performance, actually. I think it's a really frantic, messy performance up until the goals. I would expect the second half to be different, but you never know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't think I am.
No, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. It's not been, again, like I've said it multiple times now, it's not been a great performance, but this is the sign of champions.
Yeah. David says, Saka and Martinelli want to win this title. Come on, you Gunners. I agree. And actually all the players want to, you know. And that's why I always like to just really make my point clearly when I'm criticising performance. Nothing to do with Arsenal's intensity, their want for it. They are playing like they absolutely know what this means, how important it could be to go 5 clear, the opportunity ahead of them. The players understand that. I'm not questioning that. Just the execution's off. And you know, sometimes we say, you know, when teams are playing badly, we do the whole, oh, you know, you're not even trying out there. We kind of use that. Well, I'll defend the players, you know, even before the goal. They were trying. Absolutely, they were trying. They were just getting it wrong. The quality wasn't really there for long periods. Right, let's go. There's one more super chat, I believe. James, here's a stat for you, says Gunnar-san. If we beat Everton, it will be our 100th win over them, the most wins in English football history one team has over another. Thank you, Gunnar-san. Yeah, it's great stat, that. All right, we're going to head back to everyone on the sofas if they're ready for us in a second. But yeah, look, I mean, overall, we're happy with 2-0 up. Expecting a better second half?
No, I'm expecting a much better half if the towards the end of the first half is anything to go off of. You know, like I said, we're comfortable now going into the second half. I reckon we can go back out there, play with a lot of confidence, and get another 2-3 goals. Yeah, fair enough. Let me just check something very, very quickly. I want to make sure we've got all the comments in. Yeah, we do. I like this one from G Judge. Stand up if you... And we know how that ends. Partey coming on, says someone. Oh, yeah, he is. There he is. Okay. Well, you know what? That's got to be for Jorginho, surely, hasn't it?
I wonder if Arteta... You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Arteta absolutely blew their heads off in the... Yeah, it's Jorginho coming off.
I'm not surprised. I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think he would have been happy with that half. I thought he'd have gone, well done. Saka, love you. Martinelli, love you. Well done. You know, you stepped up when we needed it. But shocking half. Maybe he's addressing it. So I'm having hiccups. Right, back to Turkish and everyone for the second half.
Come on, you Gunners.
Back and we see Partey coming on for Jorginho. Wondering if that's an injury or if that's Arteta just...
That's what I was wondering, because it has to be said that Arteta's not known for his proactive substitutions. So I would suggest that somebody's carrying a knock.
Yeah, that's a really, really early sign.
I can't see Arteta doing that.
I was just saying off camera, I actually think it's because Arteta was disgusted by us in possession, and he thought, you know what, I want to make sure that we're a lot more solid when we have the ball. And Partey gives you that, man. Yeah. And that midfield battle was quite physical. We were losing a lot of headers, a lot of second balls. He might just want to say, you know what, Partey, you may not have been fit for 90, but you're fit for 45. I want you on.
Well, You could well be right. But
see,
very
I'm sure
rarely make substitutions like that.
But we're very rarely that bad in possession.
Exactly.
That was our poorest 45 minutes.
I think at home, I think so.
At home, but yeah.
It's interesting how games go in it, because we were saying before this game started that the Leicester 1-0 win flattered Leicester. Today, 2-0 win. Well, sorry, 2-0 up flatters us, because we've not been, you know, that great.
Definitely.
We find ourselves 2-0 up.
Definitely.
And you're going to have games you don't play well in, but you need to just grind it out. And so far, that's what we've managed to do with this one.
Look, one thing they've done well for both goals is they stayed alive in the box, man.
Yeah.
You know, they stayed alive in the box. Zinchenko saw that little opening. Saka wasted no time putting the trigger. Again.
They were both very good finishes as well, especially the first one.
Yeah.
Quality.
To beat Jordan Pickford on his near post like that, it's got to be a good shot. And,
but even the second, in years gone by, sort of pre-Arteta, maybe even Arteta's first season, how often would Saka have been trying to nab that ball and Martinelli ready for it? You know, we're alive even when we're out of possession.
Yeah.
And that's just something that is ingrained in us now.
Oh, go on, press.
Sean Dyche must have felt terrible.
Yeah, of course.
You're 5 minutes away from going in.
0-0,
at
frustrating,
half-time,
league leaders.
And you end up 2-0 down.
And it was such poor timing for the goals, because those Everton fans now are just going to be sat there thinking, damage limitation, surely.
Free kick Arsenal, centre circle. A minute and a half played in the second half. So you think it's strictly tactical then, the substitution?
Probably.
I'm not so sure, you know. Given Arteta's previous record on substitutions, I think Jorginho's probably picked up a knock, and Arteta said, look, you're not playing great anyway, let me just make the change.
Maybe.
But I could be wrong.
Maybe, no doubt the information station will hear something and let us know at some point.
Now we got Xhaka looking like he's injured.
Nah, it was
just a little
knock.
Yeah, he'd be all right.
Good to see Partey back though, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Partey.
That's what I'm most surprised about as well, though, because if it is tactical, then I'm surprised he's risking Thomas Partey in a game that really we've done the hard work in already.
Yeah.
And that's building a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, but look, I'm not saying that I'm worried, but 2-0 is never a guarantee in this league.
Yeah, I get
Maybe
you.
he just wants to leave nothing to chance.
Are you going by that adage, it's the worst? Which
I wouldn't say the worst. I wouldn't say the worst. But
surely 1-0 is worse.
Yeah, whatever.
It always makes me laugh when I hear people say that. Oh, it's the worst.
It is definitely one that could lull you into a false sense of security, though. You know?
Yeah.
And then suddenly they pull one back, and it's.
Yeah.
Right.
It'd be nice to see Emil Smith-Rowe today as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's been so long since we've seen him.
I didn't watch him midweek. Did anyone watch him? Apparently, Kiwior had a really good game. I didn't hear much about Smith-Rowe.
I spoke to Gunnar Lee on the live yesterday, and Lee said he didn't have a great game, Emil Smith-Rowe, but he said in general the performance team-wise wasn't great.
Okay.
But then a few people in the chat said, no, Emil Smith-Rowe actually played quite well, so...
I do want to go and watch it back. I just didn't have time. I want to see. Look, I mean, he's been out for a while, man.
Yeah.
He's been out for a while. I don't know many players that can come back like that and just pick up exactly where they left off.
I'm interested to see Kiwior as well, to be honest. I assume we'll see him against Sporting.
I think so.
Probably a Kiwior-Saliba partnership.
So Kiwior played in that game as well, the under-21?
Yeah. 49 on the clock. Arsenal in possession. Loose touch there, so Everton have it now. Should be Ramsdale's,
Yep.
Nice. Let's get a few more goals now, I think. What was our goal difference before this game?
29?
29, 31 Man City was 39.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
is it?
I might be wrong. I think it was 29.
I think you're right. I think there was 10 between us. So.
God, you've got to give us a lot of credit for like what we've done so far this season. Like with like injuries and everything taken into consideration, to sort of be in the position that we're in is just...
Yeah, in general anyway.
I mean, a 60-point return from this many games it really is magnificent.
Exactly. We've had Jesus out. We've had Partey out.
Yeah.
You know, El Nene's out injured.
Yep.
So, big achievement, yo. Come on, boys.
I would imagine Eddie, if it stays like this, Eddie will get a bit of a look in later on.
Yeah, I reckon so as well.
He should do.
It'd be nice for him to get a go.
I'd love for Trossard to get on the score sheet, man. I think he was...
Yeah, it'd be good for him as well.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure whether he was hard done by or not with the last one, man, because I get that Ben White was holding,
that was a poor
holding the
decision
player,
for me.
but I mean, if you're talking about clear and obvious...
That was a poor decision.
I think it was a foul.
It was a foul, and if it was given, I understand why it would have been given, but the fact that it wasn't, and the way they went back and looked at it...
Yeah.
That looks like...
I think if it was against us, we'd be vexed.
Yeah.
All still in.
Because he was actually holding on to the keeper, so...
Yeah.
To me, just like their arms come together, because there was a bit of pushing and shoving going on. Their arms locked up briefly.
But Ben White, he's good at that sort of stuff. I mean, like...
Yeah, he's a sneaky little one, isn't he?
Doing, the sneaky ones. Come on, ref. No?
Reaching for a card.
Tarkowski.
Odegaard holding, yellow card.
Yellow card for Tarkowski.
Yeah, quite rightly.
Tarkowski did look guilty there, didn't he?
He did. His facial expression.
Yeah, like, give me the yellow. Like, I know it's the yellow.
Yeah, he cleared him.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. There. Oh, he left his foot there.
Yeah. That's painful.
That is painful. He knew what he was doing there.
Yep.
That's called leaving something
leaving one in.
Yeah.
I thought that was another sub, but it's Martinelli. I thought it was Vieira.
This is Arteta literally using absolutely every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
Hey mate, come here.
He's speaking to someone or all of them. I like it though, I like it.
I've always said that if I was playing, I'd hate to be playing on that flank where he's nearest to you, because it's going to be on your case for the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, you've got deaf in one ear.
But then it keeps you on point.
It does.
When I'm playing, I like for my manager or my teammates to talk to me.
Yeah, but too much of it is micromanaging.
But this is what I wanted to ask, and I've always wondered this. Do you think Arteta's like that because of the fact that it's a relatively young side and they're still developing? Or do you think he'll be like that when this side is 3 years in?
I think when you're when you're a manager in modern day with the systems, I think it's
just always on.
I think it's part and parcel. You're looking at every little detail.
Yeah. And to be fair, he has calmed down, because initially, remember, he was pacing up and down that touchline.
Well, that's because they kept booking him for it, and he realised that.
No, but even prior to him getting booked, he did sort of calm it down a bit. So
I don't know. I can only speak for myself, but if I'm a player and my manager's constantly telling me what to do, where to run, when not to run, I'd find that a bit frustrating.
But you know what? We're coming from a manager in Wenger that I was so frustrated with at times, because when things weren't going right, you'd look at the bench and he's just chilling.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see a bit of passion, a bit of desire, a bit of heart, a bit of instruction, and we just never used to get it.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean by it might be too much at times, but I'd rather too much than too little.
Right. I see you.
And it depends how you thrive as a player as well, because whether or not you need that, or you prefer to just.
Thing is, I think
it's going to work better with younger players, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some of the more
As opposed to
senior,
more,
experienced guys.
But if you have a manager that you don't believe in.
Who's my guy?
Who's your guy?
Which guy are you talking about?
Abba.
Yeah, well, we all know what he came out with, isn't it? But that's the thing. If you've got a manager you don't believe in, then obviously you're not going to like the fact that he's always telling you what to do. But if you buy into the philosophy and you realise that what he is saying does tend to manifest itself on the pitch, then you're always going to welcome what you hear, because it's working. Do you know what I mean? And
that's true.
That's what we're hearing from so many of these players. How many times has a player come out and said, Mikel tells us the game's going to pan out a certain way, and it does? Like, loads of them say it, and I don't think they'd say it just for the sake of it, man.
That's it. Go on, Partey.
That's it, Thomas. That's it, Thomas.
That's typical Thomas Partey.
Correct.
See the way he drove forward and then
exactly.
Found the
forward
ball.
ball. That's what he's very good at.
Zinchenko out wide to Saka. Just not enough on the ball.
Get that.
Southampton's equaliser ruled out offside apparently, and West Ham have gone 1-0 ahead against United at Old Trafford in the FA Cup.
Easy.
Sorry, what's the Southampton score? Did you say?
They're losing 2-1, but they just scored a goal that was ruled out apparently. So, yeah.
Who scored for West Ham?
Let me check for you right now. Ben Rama.
Oh, Ben Rama.
Man, like say,
Casemiro came on at half-time and Rashford's come on now. They're saviours, and Martinez has come on.
Rotted.
you know, in many ways, man, you can see what Ten Hag's on. He's taken every competition seriously.
Yeah. He's done well with his rotations post-World Cup in general, to be honest with you. Today's one mustn't have been working out for him to bring 3 big boys on in a matter of 15 minutes.
And but see, this is what I'm saying about when we were talking about resting players and stuff like that. I'm not... Okay, I know it's the FA Cup and they've just had a big game at the weekend, but to me, you would have been better off starting those guys.
That's what
Go
I thought
1-0 up and then
started.
take them off, rather than be 1-0 down. Now you're chasing the game.
They're at Anfield on Sunday as well.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. Me and Robin had a big
game,
heated discussion about that Europa League game. And he was talking about wholesale change. And I said, nah, man.
Laurie, you know why I'm sort of leaning towards what Robbie's saying there? I would not have said that at the beginning of the season, but at the beginning of the season, I wouldn't have expected us to have a 5-point lead at this stage. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm always one of those where I'm like, every competition should be valued and respected. Exactly what you would say about this competition. But right now, because of the fact that the Premier League is on, I suddenly don't give a shit about the Europa League. And if you look at when the next round of the Europa League fixtures drops, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Go on.
It's less disrespect for me, but it's more confidence in the ability of the players that would start, because I'd expect Tierney and Tomiyasu to start. I wouldn't be agreed with them starting a Premier League game. Kivior and Saliba. Yeah, Turner. That's the only competition he can play in. Jorginho, Xhaka and Vieira as a midfield.
Shoot!
It was behind him.
Gone.
It was behind him.
You got... Who's that there?
Partey's cleaning up. And then up top, probably Nketiah starts up top.
Yep.
And then...
Oh, that's a good cross.
Oh,
wow, man.
Trossard should have banged it in, if I'm honest with you, but he didn't hit it cleanly.
He should have. And if he puts that in, that's game over.
Yeah.
But I'd expect Trossard, the form he's on, the player that he used to do a bit better than that.
I'm not sure he expected it to pass the defender. Yeah. It looked like the defender was going to get
It's a very good cross, though. Look at that.
Oh.
I think, you know what it is? Because the defender ran across him, Coleman there, it kind of put him off, I think.
Yeah.
So he shinned it, didn't he?
And Xhaka was a bit close to him as well.
But so far, this half has been all Arsenal, hasn't it, really? Everton still shell-shocked, probably, from going 2-0 down in the first half.
Just like that.
What minute are we on?
57.
Oh. I ain't got my glasses on.
Oh.
Why did you look at me like that last time? Do you not know how to count?
I didn't even know you wear glasses.
Yeah, I do.
No, I've had lenses since the age of 10.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's quite young, ain't it? Lenses?
Yeah,
as in glasses or contact lenses?
Contact lenses.
Really? You can put them in at the age of 10? I struggle now, mate.
Because they said when I had glasses, my eye number kept going up so exponentially, they just said you have to wear contacts.
Oh, really? What, are contacts more effective then?
Yeah. Not to bore the listeners, but it's because of the distance between your eye and the actual lens. And because I was sat there on my Game Boy Mini constantly.
Okay.
Just battered my eyes. It's amazing what being 2-0 up can do. I'm suddenly talking about my Game Boy.
I know, literally. A lot of people in the chat probably wouldn't even know what a Game Boy is.
Comfortable.
Who knows what a Game Boy is?
That's actually true. It's our version of the DS. Is it the DS?
Yeah, the DS is
that what they use
handheld
now?
one, isn't it?
I don't think they use that now.
I think so.
That Nintendo one that they pull out and play on the go, and
I'm sure it's
now it's iPad.
Sure it's
now it's Switch.
I must say that
Switch, that's it, yeah.
Since Partey's come on, it has made a big difference.
Exactly. I wanted to see if this continues or whether I only saw it once or twice, but now that Partey's on, Xhaka has been a lot more advanced than he was in the first half because he's having to clean up a lot less. You saw him right there behind Trossard, and now he's sort of holding that alongside Trossard again. Look, he's not lingering in front of the back four as much.
And we've got 80% possession so far in the second half.
We cannot deny the impact that Partey has, man.
Yeah, he's fundamental.
He's a cut above, man.
He is on a whole nother level.
Turkish, you used to say there were times where you looked at Partey and you felt like we didn't have the player that we'd signed from Atletico.
Yeah.
Would you say that we've seen him now?
Yeah, definitely this season, in my opinion.
Great ball.
Good strength.
Hey.
Unlucky.
Ooh. Don't foul him.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Good work all round there. I like Mope, man.
This guy's face jars me. Honestly, everything about him jars me.
Is it because of Thai? They're making
subs warming up there.
Is it because of Thai?
No, it's not, man. It's literally just because he's just one of those guys that's always trying to get under your skin, complaining. Same with Bruno Fernandes, man. Both of them. Can't stand him.
Brendan on Gray.
Making a few changes. Coleman coming off.
He's jogging off a bit gingerly, though, look.
Yeah.
Jamari Grace coming on, and who else?
While these subs are going through, people are going to pass
Godfrey.
it over to James and Frank at information station, see what they make of the first, 15 minutes now, the second half?
Yeah, well, we're not creating much more, but that Trossard effort, he slightly scuffed it. But I think he sees it a bit late. But this is just a masterclass in retaining possession, really, and just trying to, see the game out by keeping the ball a lot. Good to see Mope going off, having done absolutely nothing.
I'm sure Ty will love that. I'm sure he'll be screaming at him down the sideline.
I'm sure he won't be silent.
Viewing.
Marte's just got that wrong. Something is lacking in the final third. There's just no question about it. Arsenal, and while I thought we were brilliant at Leicester, it's the same with this game, really. Something isn't quite clicking in terms of the chance creation. 10 shots at Leicester and I think 5 altogether here. I mean, you'd expect 15 in 1 hour for Arsenal. They've got 15, across 2 Premier League games. So what do you think's the problem? Has Everton come forward here? McNeil,
great save.
Good header Zinchenko as well.
Aaron, I love
Good header Zinchenko, but they've not got out yet.
Straight back to being wasted.
Well, sorry, we're here reacting to it. Well, let's just see what happens here. Gray's retained the ball.
Well
just quickly, what you made of the first 15 minutes back?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot better. Like you said, it's not been fantastic in the final third. I think with that Trossard one, he probably does see it late. I would have left it to Granit. We probably had better vision of the ball coming in.
Yeah.
We've been much better in possession, like you said. Not been as wasteful, being a little bit more cautious with our passes. And it's going well in the first 15 minutes, so I'm quite happy.
It is, bar that one chance there, so let's see what happens. And is that a boot on the pitch? I don't know, something. Anyway, let's go back to Turkish and everyone. Arsenal, last couple of minutes since they came to us, not making easy work of it, but far more comfortable when the camera was there at the sofa. So back to Turkish.
Good save from Ramsdale and a good follow-up header from, was it Zinchenko?
Yeah, so important. Look, there you go.
Yeah.
Very good save, because if they get one back there, then they start to believe again. So
we backed off a bit too much there. Allowed him the chance to have the shot. Good save, low down Ramsdale.
Got both hands to it as well.
And he hasn't been called into action much, so needs to be sharp. Nice.
Oof, wonderful.
All right, let's reset. 62 and a half minutes gone. Everton have made some attacking changes.
I was going to say, what did you guys think of that little supposed post-match spat between Gabriel and Saliba?
They were smiling afterwards, man. I mean, if you look at the photos, honestly, that for me is just two guys who have developed a bit of a brotherhood in there that are comfortable enough to be open with each other, and call each other out on their shit, but then hug it out afterwards, man. That's the best. Look at all the centre-backs we idolised, yeah? Look at all of them. Do you think any of them would have had a problem having a discussion like that?
Yeah, come on.
No, I personally didn't see anything wrong with it.
No.
Exactly. That's just classic.
Me and Turkish
and
like that all the time.
But that's what I mean, that's what I mean.
I could see why other people are making something of it.
That's the age we're in.
Because I couldn't quite work out what was going on myself. Because 1 minute they were smiling, next minute they were squaring off. Bit of alpha maleism going on, if that's
And also one of the reasons I really like that, man, is because it was after a win.
Exactly.
It was after a clean sheet.
Yeah.
It was after a clean sheet.
Oh, this is good.
You've got to do better there. Unless that took it off his head.
I thought he had it. I can't lie to you. I thought he had it. I was expecting just a Nessa in the other corner.
Yeah.
He's on a good run of form, goal-scoring wise, 3-3.
Yeah.
And out of this front three, I think he's probably the best with his head. I just don't think he decided what he was going to do with it there.
Yeah. Unlucky, man.
Yeah, I think.
Let's go again.
To be fair, once again, the defender did his job, didn't he, by getting in the way. Maybe that put him off a little bit. So it was.
Everton passing at the back now, trying to build opportunities. I didn't see who came off with Coleman.
Mope.
Oh yeah,
Mope
okay, makes sense.
Handball, ref.
Like a handball, yo.
He's not starting.
Nope.
No.
How could you miss that? That was clear.
Nice.
Fair and obvious.
Or was he playing some kind of advantage there?
Wow.
Probably going to rely on VAR if anything happens off the back of it, but. Go on. Nice.
And on,
You know what? He saw the run and then he didn't turn around.
Yeah.
Unlucky. Unlucky.
Well,
Don't go to ground. That's it.
Nice.
That's it. That's it. Brilliant,
Nice.
Thomas. That's the difference. That's the difference Partey makes, man. Leandro's down.
Leandro's down. Iwobi's still down.
I didn't see what happened to Trossard.
Trossard's holding his shin.
Who's getting a card?
Someone's getting booked, eh?
Yellow cards come out, yeah.
Okay.
Everton players don't seem happy.
Ben Godfrey.
Oh, come on, man.
Right in front of Arteta as well.
What is he complaining about, by the way?
I don't
Who
understand.
What the hell is he complaining about?
He's lucky it's a yellow that's come out, if I'm honest.
Wait, can we see that again?
And look at one thing, if they show that again, look at how far away the ball is when he does that.
Yeah.
There is no attempt to play the ball there.
He's looking to put his body in front, but
I
his
don't know
legs
if you
just-
noticed, but he's done that right in front of Arteta.
Yeah.
You see Arteta's reaction when he
reaction.
did that. The referee probably thought, yeah, better give a yellow for this.
Who's that? Nana trying to pick him up as well. Darren sends in a super chat. He says, if we win the league, we've got to invite Abby and Expressions to the trophy parade. Only time Spurs fans will see the Premier League trophy. Nah, leave them where they are, man. They chose to support Spurs. They've got to live with it.
How many Brazilians is in that setup at the moment?
We've got Gabriel,
Jesus.
Martinelli, Jesus,
Marquinhos
is on loan, Jorginho, Brazilian heritage.
Yeah, I was going to say. There's a lot of Portuguese speakers, and then you got Fabio Vieira as well.
Yeah.
Edu.
Yep.
Nice. Win it back,
Well,
nice.
Go on.
Let's
Make
go.
something of this. Look at Bukayo! Look at Bukayo! Ah! The pass was on.
Who was that, Xhaka?
Sometimes I don't mind the
Finally.
shot, though. I don't mind the
Yeah.
showing confidence. Corner kick Arsenal.
Yeah, that's just me being greedy now, bro.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's all it is.
That's our third corner of the game.
Now that Partey's on, we might put it in the box, you know.
United have just scored, making it 1-1 in the FA Cup tie against
Don't
West
tell
Ham.
me, Rashford.
Should
Is
we
it
check?
Rashford?
Should we check? Let me
Was
check.
it Rashford? Probably. Or Casemiro.
What's that? Arsenal throwing.
Yep.
Casemiro.
Casemiro. It had to be one of those two. I can remember a certain pundit saying that Casemiro was old and shot and wouldn't do well in the Premier League. A certain Graham Souness, no less.
Casemiro's
Offside.
ruled out. Oh, apparently it's been ruled out offside.
Okay.
But Casemiro has been a solid signing for them.
Oh,
though.
he's been brilliant for them,
Who was I watching the other day? Cam's talking about he's the best signing since Van Persie for United.
Who said that?
Cam's.
Culture comes.
I find it hard to argue with that in terms of how he's elevated the team.
Yeah.
Instantly. Instantly.
Pickford with a goal kick. Partey with the ball.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And Partey won that header from their goal kick. This is
got to
exactly
say as well,
what
though,
wasn't happening in the first half. Is
With
is this.
United, I don't want to talk too much about United on an Arsenal stream, but you've got to be impressed with the way that Ten Hag has got them going again.
He's managed to change that dressing room round.
Yeah.
Remember, it was so
Because he
negative
came in,
before.
they were pretty much on the floor, really, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Comparatively speaking.
I'm not here to take anything away from Ten Hag, but I actually think it's a bit more of an indictment of how bad their previous managers were, man. Because a lot of the players that are performing now were under the old regimes. If you're looking at Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Rashford.
Oh, that's good from Trossard.
Nice.
Someone on the end.
The way you wrong-footed the Everton defender there was class.
Yeah, let's recycle. Nice, Saliba. Who's backing him up? Oh.
Poor touch.
I think...
A bit scrappy.
I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but we're starting to look a bit comfortable now, don't you think?
You're not speaking out of turn. But one goal can change anything, man.
It can.
One goal can change anything.
Well, it's that old 2-0, the most dangerous scoreline nonsense, but we are starting to look like a team that's going to go on to win this game.
Yeah.
I think Everton's probably lost a little bit of belief, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, 17 minutes on the clock now. It was a tough ask anyway, 2-0 down at half-time.
Oh, okay, Zin.
Nice from Zinny there.
He's got a lot of space.
Go on.
That's it.
Go on,
Right.
Trossard.
There's 3 in the box. There we go.
Yes!
Come on!
And he needed a goal as well.
I don't know what that does in my job.
He tried still, he tried.
Oh, look, Eddie's coming.
Now we're comfortable.
Eddie's
Now
coming
we're
on.
comfortable. Come on.
What was we saying?
Come
Is that 5-0 on, Laurie? I think you might as well put it on the radar.
Loonies, man.
What did you go with on forever? You go 3-0?
On forever, yeah, 3-0 I went on forever.
All right.
On Big 6 I went 2. I mixed it up, man. I was thinking
3-0, innit?
Yeah, I did.
to be honest, I see us getting more goals.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here hoping it finishes 3-0
Yeah,
just so I'm right.
I don't think it'll end there, if I'm honest.
Oh.
Jeez, beautiful.
I think
Odegaard also had my fancy team.
I swear, that's the 3 you
You got
got.
all Arsenal players.
I had a free hit this week, innit, so I just put them all in.
I took out Martinelli 3 games ago.
Yeah, and then he scored 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Big up.
Yeah, he actually did. I took him out and then he was on the bench and I thought, okay, I was justified. The guy comes on and scores and he's been
And
banging
that's,
since.
unless I'm mistaken, that was with his right foot as well.
Yeah.
Just as Eddie was getting ready to come
Wait,
on.
where's Odegaard been partying
I
though?
don't know, bro. It looks like he's been partying with the in-betweeners, bro. That's
Trossard's coming off.
Trossard's
Come on, Eddie!
Well played.
Eddie's on.
Well played. Well played.
Trossard.
That was his assist, right? Yeah.
It was. And he's definitely influenced this game, man. He's definitely influenced this game.
Is that
Xhaka's
Vieira
off.
coming on for Xhaka as well?
Wonderful.
Well done,
Wonderful.
Xhaka. Come on, Vieira.
It's still weird seeing Xhaka subbed because
but
he's
it's-
usually the guy that plays
This
90
is good
weekends.
rotation.
Yeah.
This is good rotation.
And it
3-0
mixes up the midfield a bit to see what other things we can do with it. The other week who did he have on? He had Xhaka, Partey and Jorginho on at the same time. Now it's Partey, Odegaard and Vieira.
I did say just before we scored, actually, didn't I, Curtis, that we were looking very comfortable.
Yeah, you did.
And yeah, I could just feel it, man.
Yeah.
You just called Turkish Curtis.
What did I say?
I'm so used to people calling me Curtis.
Yeah,
It is what it is. But listen,
Sorry,
people, third goal in, 72 and a half minutes on the clock. Let's hear from James and Frank at Information Station.
3-0. And look, again, the second half, much better in possession. Not really any different to the first half in terms of chance creation. But again, Arsenal go through the motions, show their quality. Xhaka rolls it into Trossard, who picks his head up, picks out Odegaard, and he just makes sure to hit the target. And you know, there's always a good chance of going in when you're that close to the net. And Arsenal 3-0 up, and their qualities come through in what hasn't been a particularly brilliant display.
No, absolutely. It's been a bit of a weird one for me because in the last we've had a few games this season where the score hasn't justified our performances. It's not been a massive score, but we've played better than it looks like we played. And in this one, we haven't played that
you're
great.
right. We were much, but Leicester was a 3-0 performance, and this is a 1-0.
And this is a 1-0 performance.
Yeah,
so it's been a bit of a weird one, but I'm certainly not complaining. It's a fantastic finish from Martin Odegaard. It's nice to see him shoot every now and then.
Yeah.
And I really can't complain. I'm glad that we've taken Trossard off when we have. But, you know, the game's done and dusted now. It's Odegaard again. Great ball.
Gabby! Oh, that was great football. Ooh. Arsenal are turning it on. Odegaard slipped in behind to Martinelli after Partey's pass through the lines.
Where was this in the first
And
half?
I was going to say that Partey actually has been my man of the match, and he's only played about 30 minutes of football. And the reason is because he's come on, he's kept everything so smooth, so calm. He's won the ball back for us. And I don't think anyone across the 90 has put in a performance as good as his in just 30 minutes
Yeah,
of
no,
football.
since he's come on,
I say across the 90, across the 74,
Since
but
he's
you get
come
my
on,
point.
he's been absolutely brilliant. You know?
Yeah, he has.
I feel sorry for Jorginho in a way because he's been good recently and he's not had a.
But that's why you have a squad.
Yeah,
Jorginho,
no, of
you
course,
weren't at it
yeah.
tonight. Last two games, brilliant. Partey comes on. And the last thing I want to say before we go back is that Fabio Vieira coming on, getting quite a significant amount of game time compared to what he's had in recent games. I like to see that. Arteta's spoken so highly of him, so it's good to see that he's getting some crucial
minutes before the Europa League
Yeah,
starts.
really important. 3-0 Arsenal, 75 minutes on the clock.
Come on, Arsenal.
Weird result for a weird performance, but hey ho, we'll take it.
We're back, and that was a good phase of play from Arsenal. Started from Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Martinelli cutting it in. Unlucky not to get a fourth there. Still 15 to go though. I still sense more goals in this game.
Yeah, Laurie, maybe you should have gone with your 5, bro.
Innit? What should we call you again? Nori?
Loonies.
Loonies.
Oh, that's
Loonies.
it. Loonies.
Did you say Nori?
Yeah.
What did she say to me?
What did she say to me?
You know what?
Oh,
Go on.
Some things are best left
shoot!
unsaid.
Should have shot first time, bro.
Hit it. Oh, unlucky.
Blocked by Everton.
And we're still swarming
shut
them.
him down.
Swarming them.
Oh, look at that
Nice,
strength
Thomas.
by Partey.
Now he's solid.
It's just amazing. Three weeks ago, people were saying that this team bullied us and ragdolled us. Look at the difference today.
Yeah.
Tables turn.
Oh,
It's good defending by
Nice.
God. Look at that
Nice.
defending
great
by God.
work. Great work.
I love that. You know why? Because that shows that hunger to keep a clean sheet.
Exactly. We want that.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Partey.
That's it. Keep going.
Saka
Oh,
with
go
a
on,
chance
Saka.
to run at the defender.
Just having a bit of fun with it now. Look.
Innit? We
Yeah.
just look 10 times better compared to when we started. Oh,
Nice.
did he just slip? What happened there?
I think he's trying to get out of the way of the ball, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Vieira usually gets.
Oh, look at that ball. Partey, what?
Oh,
Oh, that deserves a goal.
And again,
That's
it's
possibly the
Thomas,
pass
it's
of the
Thomas
match.
Partey, man. It's Thomas Partey.
That was possibly the pass of the match. That
It is
deserved a
Thomas
goal.
Partey.
wow.
Since he's
Partey
come on,
just
seriously,
completely
he's
changed the game. Game changer, mate.
No disrespect to Jorginho, but
Yeah,
Partey's come on and we look a totally different team.
completely.
And he's made everyone else look better than they did in the first half as
Yeah.
well. You know, it's not
Yeah.
just been him.
Eddie,
Partey's just like putting it on a
should be
plate for
burying
these,
that
man.
though, man.
We'll
you
trust you to talk about it.
how's he not
what
burying
about
that,
Vieira, though?
Vieira's was bad. Don't get it twisted. But look, come on.
No, but Vieira's one
He
was
put it
easier,
down his
though.
neck, like.
Eddie's got to do better with that, to be honest with you. He's got to do better with that.
Oof.
But Partey, there's 2 passes.
He could have had 3 assists.
Yeah.
He could have had 3 assists.
We had a
They're making
few
another
chances now to make it 4-5-0.
Bukayo offered the.
You talk about somebody bossing the midfield. What Partey's doing now is
I'm a
bossing the
boss.
midfield.
Yeah.
Literally bossing it.
Goal kick Everton. 78 on the clock. Arsenal back in possession. Nice.
Oh, look
That's
at
it.
that.
Nice.
He's had a good game, hasn't he, Ben White?
Eddie made a good run there.
Yeah. Back in possession anyway. Go on, Martin. Have a run at him.
First time.
I was going to say, Vieira usually gets satin when he comes on.
Yeah. Don't go to ground. Okay.
Oh, that was nice.
Wow. Wow.
That was
wow,
actually
wow, wow.
nice from Odegaard.
Wow.
Both slid in very early, but
Now that's just taking the piss.
But I don't know why Iwobi slid in there. There was enough room for him to...
Oh, go on, Ed.
Well held up.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Saka on the ball. Saka's had a quiet game and we were still up 3-0, which is a good sign.
Yeah,
And he scored.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go on, Thomas. Cap it off with one of your bangers.
And he's asking for it
Wonderful.
through.
Wonderful.
Oh my God!
Cold. But this is it. This is what title contenders do, man.
Isn't
You get a team like this coming to your background, you slice them up. You slice them up.
Oh my God!
You slice them up.
We are Arsenal, baby!
Come on.
Slice them up.
Well done to Eddie as well for the assist there.
Yeah.
He peeled off well. Zinni found him well as well.
Lunis. What are you telling me, Lunis?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Nice. Called for it. Simple ball in, tapping.
4-0.
Beautiful.
You know why you got to give Eddie credit for that as well, because there was a slight angle there that he could have shot. He's not scored for a while, but he looked up, saw that Martinelli was in a good position, passed it.
Yeah. I think
Exactly.
So
Wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful.
that's good to see that he's thinking more about the team than himself there.
Yeah, you have to. Come on. We're in a
No,
title
but some
race.
players, we're 3-0 up.
No,
Some
there has
players
been a
would have thought, you know
criticism
what?
of Eddie
Yeah.
I haven't
recently.
scored for 3 weeks.
And
It's all about me.
And he could have thought, even if I miss, it's not going to change the result. You know
Yeah,
what
Exactly.
exactly. So
4-0.
I'm going to sleep
I am
well tonight.
happy.
Nice.
I'm going to sleep
Oh,
well
Saka's
tonight.
off.
Saka's off as well.
Wonderful.
But who's come on?
Save him 10 minutes there.
Saka and Zinni.
Zinni
Who's
came
come on?
off as well.
I think so.
you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? Surely it's ours to lose
Smith Rowe?
the title.
Smith Rowe's on.
Don't you think?
Ooh, Smith Rowe and must be
It's,
finished.
listen,
Surely it's ours to lose.
What, the
now.
title?
The title.
It's only 5 points.
international break is
a 5-point
the
lead,
best
man.
time
Look at how
to
quickly
assess
we
it.
coughed up our last lead. It can happen, man. It can happen.
but
You and I have been around long enough to know 5 points is
I'm not
slender.
saying we're going to win it. I'm saying it's ours to lose. We have to lose twice now for City to, and they have to
take-
maintain their run of form. I know there's a lot of games left, and I don't want to sound like, but it is ours to. In other words, what I'm saying
I
is,
know
from
what you're
here on
saying.
in,
Like,
if we lose it, we will be looking at ourselves and thinking,
we're going to win
It's
it.
going to feel
don't
like
we?
a missed
it
opportunity if
is.
we lose it.
It is.
I
We
don't
have to be honest and say.
I don't
that.
think it's ours to lose yet, but I think we should win. We should win the league this season. We should.
Well, it's ours to lose then.
I think they're
Which
two
is what I'm
different.
saying.
I think they're two different.
I think they're different
think
as
it's
well.
different?
Yeah.
I think they're different as well.
Explain.
Well, I say we should win it because the level of football we've played throughout the season, the quality we've shown now with the options we've got, I think we're primed to win it. But 5 points is nothing.
Ours to lose makes it seem as though you've already got one hand on it,
Yeah, we haven't got no hands on the trophy yet.
you know. But saying that you ought to win it from the position you're in, maybe just.
I guess
we're
what
not
I'm
quite
saying
there.
is, if we don't win it from here on in, we are going to look back
Correct.
and think,
Correct.
how did we F this up?
Correct.
No, I'd agree with that.
Smith
So that, I
Rowe.
guess that's what I'm talking
Just,
about.
I mean, I'm not saying that every season repeats itself, but last year when we missed out on the top four, the entire summer, I was just looking back at how we missed out on the top four, thinking that was our chance.
Yeah,
And now look, you know,
Yeah.
football's a funny game, man.
it is a funny game.
We've used that pain and kicked on. A couple super chats have come in. Guna San says, Turkish, what did I say? 4-0. You did, my guy. And Jason says, better midfield, Partey and Vieira or Xhaka and Jorginho?
Partey's got to be in that mix.
Yeah,
I don't care who you put
probably
next to him,
Partey.
but
He's a
gotta
one-man
be in
midfield.
it.
Yeah.
Go on, Smith Rowe. It'd be nice for Smith Rowe to
I
get
would
a
probably
goal.
go with Partey and Xhaka, to be honest.
Go on, Smithy.
Be nice if Smith Rowe could get a goal tonight.
Yeah, that's what I
It
just
would be
said.
nice. Let's hear from James and Frank at Information Station, see what they make of the fourth goal.
Go on.
Yeah, great to see. Oh, finish! Go Vieira! Finish! And again! Oh, Smith Rowe! Oh! What was that?
I don't know, just screaming at the mic.
What? I hope you enjoyed that bit of analysis. Back to Turkish. No, look, seriously, great to see Smith Rowe come on. The chance of Saka and Emil Smith Rowe, obviously, and it's just great for him. By the way, a lot of this move actually started quite a few phases back when Tierney, doing his best Zinchenko impression, fair play to him, that's the job, is to come in. He's playing almost kind of the right central midfield role, and he spreads the ball to Smith Rowe, and we build from there. But great to see both Tierney and Smith Rowe getting, especially Smith Rowe, because of the injury problems he's had. And Arsenal just creating chances for fun now. I think the stats might, at the end of the game, slightly...
I think it's starting to balance out a little bit now.
Well, it's starting to look more what people would have expected, let's say. But look, Arsenal, really good second half. And ending the game really strongly, and there could be a fifth in this. So, yeah, Arsenal 4-0 up, and Vieira Smith. Sorry, I've just been talking, but obviously you must be happy about Smith.
There's been a slight change in the weather. All of a sudden, it's raining goals.
It really is.
Raining goals, and it looks like it's about to rain a few points as well. 60 points. Looks like it's in the bag.
That would be 9. We'd be 3 wins away from what we hit points-wise whole last season. Right, back to Turkish.
Just going back to that opportunity we had there, double opportunity, do you not think that Fabio Vieira should have put his laces through that?
Probably.
Yeah, I think he saw the two that preceded him trying to do the same and just got ricocheted.
Yeah, man.
It's because he saw the two shots before him just go straight into the defence and thought I might try something different.
Peter Bissett says Sheffield United, that's the super chat. Sheffield United are now 1-0 up against Tottenham. United have just scored a 90th minute goal against West Ham.
90?
They're 2-1 up, United.
Who? Rashford?
No, Garnacho. And Liverpool have just made it 1-0 against Wolves, Virgil van Dijk.
Hold on. Sheffield are up against Antonio Conte's Tottenham in the only competition that they can win this season.
Yep. And Tobes did say to me they're going to win something this season, so a big 6 tomorrow.
Oh my God. This Wednesday gets better and better and better.
Fun.
You know. What a Wednesday.
What happened there?
It's only West Ham that didn't quite pull it off, but it is what it is. Can't have it all.
Oh, now you know.
4-0. What's that goal difference of 33 now to City's 39?
Come on, let's get
all
some
square
more.
games played, 5-point difference at the top.
Everton must be really worried now. I think they've conceded 4 goals for the second game running, haven't they?
No, they
lost 2-0, didn't they?
Yeah, it was 2-0.
Oh, was it?
to
Oh,
Villa.
sorry. I thought, for some reason I thought it was 4-2.
But look, the same way we're looking at goal difference.
To Leicester, then 4 to us.
We're looking at goal difference, but relegation teams need to do the same, man. This ain't good for them.
But back-to-back defeats for Everton's not good.
Yeah. Not when you got the manager that's meant to be saving you in. But like Mike, the Everton fan said, it's not these games that's going to keep them up. It's the games against Villa and their upcoming games against the teams just above or in and around them. Wobi now.
Run into a blind alley now, isn't he? Look how many...
Does it remind you of the times he was at Arsenal?
It's a bit harsh.
It's not harsh. it's not harsh.
It's a bit harsh, right?
No. Arteta's going to sit down.
Look at the table.
60
You're
points.
kicking the man when he's down.
After 25 games. No, man, he
Look
ain't
at the
down. He's
table.
making nice money at Everton, man. He's good. He's good.
We love to see
Yeah, you
it.
better not make Kelechi say that, man. That's his people.
Look at the table, man. 15 points ahead of 4th place.
It's been different this season, man.
That's mad. That is
This
mad.
should be the standard every season, challenging at the very least.
I think we're all pretty much agreed that we're going to give Partey man of the match, but I just want to shout out Gabriel at the back, man.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
outstanding.
Gabriel's been great.
And to think that there were some Arsenal fans earlier on in the season who were calling for him to be dropped.
Mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
No, but he's picked it up since then.
He has picked, but he was never that bad to start with.
It wasn't that he was bad. He had moments in games where he was making mistakes that cost us goals or opportunities. So.
Right.
But he's erased them out.
Yeah, but it's so good to see him looking so polished and confident.
Yeah.
You know
Back
what I mean?
to when we first got him, sort of.
Well, you say he's erased them out, but he had a moment of madness against Haaland, but the offside saved him.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Come on, Emil.
Go on, bang that.
Oh, look at that.
We'll have one more, man.
I think we could be on for one more, you know.
We are on. What minute are we on? 89?
Yeah. Just touched. Corner for Arsenal. 1 minute of normal time to go. I don't know how much will be added on. I don't think much.
Yeah, I don't think that. I'd say about 2 minutes,
minutes,
maybe.
Yeah, max.
If you're Everton, you probably want to just get back in that change
Call it a
room.
day.
Yeah, so judging from what we saw on screen, I think a lot of their fans are already in their cars now.
Yeah, exactly. They were walking out.
Already trying to hit the M1.
Might as well beat the traffic.
Good ball.
Liverpool have gone 2-0 up. Mo Salah.
Ah, my captain. I've broken a century this week, I'm telling you, bro. I've definitely broken a century this week.
You're brave to captain him, though.
Double game week.
Yeah, but still, you're brave to captain Salah out of all of them.
Do you think Everton will stay up this season?
No.
You don't?
No.
I think it'd be a bit of a struggle.
Ball back in, goal kick Everton.
For me, that new manager bounce has to last for more than a game or two, man. And the thing is, if a lot of what we said under Lampard was toothless up front, Calvert-Lewin can't stay fit, hemorrhaging goals. Okay, they're strong in midfield, but that's not enough. It's exactly what we're seeing now, albeit with a different manager who's a relegation specialist. That's why I'm worried for them. Not much has changed.
I think you're right. Can't really disagree with anything you've said there.
And it is 2 minutes added done. We've already played 30 seconds of it played already. Don't forget, people, Fan Zone is after this show. James will be leading the way. A few of us will be coming in and out of it as usual. The fan cams will be done as usual, but you can have your say on Fan Zone. Download the AFTV Plus app through App Store. And yeah, follow the instructions and give us your thoughts post-game. Nice 4-0 win at the moment, and maybe we can make it 5. Fingers crossed. But it's another clean sheet, another 3 points, 5 points clear at the top. So I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there that want to give their thoughts.
Going back to what you was talking about as well, Sharoy, it just goes to show as well that that phenomenon that we talk about, new manager bounce, it's very real. I remember we did a show, myself and Curtis. Oh, hang on.
Flag, ref? No?
It's got a bit of space there. Damari Gray. Oh.
No.
Oh, well done, Ramsdale. Jeez. Wow. Protect that clean sheet.
Yeah,
put his life on it there, man. Put his life on it.
I want this clean sheet. United have gone 3-1 up, another goal in injury time. Fred.
Oh.
That's how you know West Ham are in trouble.
Fredinho.
Fred scoring.
Yeah, as I was saying, Troy, so new manager bounces.
Yes! Arsenal! 5 points clear, baby!
Wow.
Woo! Well done, Arteta and the team. Beautiful result.
3 weeks ago, that same team beat us 1-0.
And they could have scored more. And they could have scored more.
And today, although to be fair, they did have a good, 40 minutes?
Yeah, they nullified us for 40 minutes.
Yeah, they were the better team, arguably, for the first 40 minutes.
They was. They created better openings.
And goals change games.
Ramsdale there, kept the clean sheet right at the end. James mentioned Partey man of the match. You've mentioned Partey man of the match.
Yeah, it's got to be Partey. He changed the game completely. I mean, look how he was playing in that first half compared to the second.
Although, to be fair, he did come on when we were 2-0 up.
Yeah, but still, you saw the way we were playing, the energy and everything that he brought. And just bringing that strength.
I think Martinelli's in with a shout with 2 goals.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He did get 2 goals.
I think he's in with a shout.
I think that's a very good shout. Actually.
But I love that almost every week this is a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always more than one. There's always more than one.
More often than
Because if you score 2 goals, you kind of be thinking,
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to win man of the match because of it, but Ramsdale made some crucial saves in that match. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-0
And at the end of the game, Gabriel, you all said defended he was an absolute wall today. You know, Zinni influenced the game pretty well, although I think he was a bit wasteful in possession in the first half.
Let's just give it to the team.
I'll give it to Martinelli, man. 2 goals.
Yeah, I'm going to check. I'm going to get it. If you score 2 goals in a game, and he's got, as I was saying before, it's the first time he's gone 3-3.
Yeah.
He's actually got 4. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 4, exactly.
It's the first time since he's been at Arsenal scored 3 goals consecutively.
And that's bouncing back from being benched.
Yeah. So I'm going to change, because I know you're going with Partey anyway. So this side of the bit. We'll go with Martin.
I'm going with the whole team. We're top of the table and we're 5 points clear.
You're giving it
just going with men of the match.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a window, man. 'Cause that first 40
Big
minutes was
result.
jarring, no chances created, and then bang, 2 goals. And to be fair, Martinelli's second goal pretty much killed off the game in my eyes. I thought at 2-0, there's no coming back for Everton.
Exactly.
Well, show me the table again, man. Show me the table again. Just one more time for good
Highlight
measure.
it. Woo!
That's 25 played.
Yep.
So
60 points.
that is our game in hand.
Correct.
Yes.
5 points clear. I'm gonna stick with what I said earlier.
Still
It's
to go.
ours to lose.
Still to go to the Etihad. Still to go to Anfield. Still to go to St James's Park.
So
No,
are you
but I
saying
mean-
we've got one hand on the trophy? Is that
No,
what
I wouldn't go as far as to say
So to
that.
lose it, we have to have it.
Yeah, but we're in the pole position.
We're
I'd
in
agree
pole
with that.
position,
I'd agree
yeah.
with that. We're in pole position.
And we should win it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not ours to lose yet.
It is, because I think the way we're playing right now, it would take a monumental effort to throw this away at this stage.
Two results isn't a
Well-
monumental swing for me.
I mean, there are difficult games
Especially
coming.
with
What we
those
did in
away
the top
games.
4 last year, that for me was ours to lose. That was a monumental collapse in my eyes. Looking
was.
back on it in
Because it
hindsight.
comes down to 6 games to go, 7 games to go, and that's when you can say.
When you only had to beat Newcastle, I'm not saying only, but when you knew it was still in your hands if you won that and you turned up the way we did, that was ours to lose and we lost it. This, still a bit of time. There's still a bit
Brilliant goal from Saka as well, because out of nowhere, turn, weak of foot, bang. And he made the Martinelli
Beautiful,
goal
man.
too.
Beautiful.
Quiet game in general, and he got a goal and an assist. Few super chats have come in. Adeyinka says Xhaka man of the match or Martinelli. Alex says Spuds are losing, even better. And Danny says Everton pushed more. Of course, we would open them up. That's exactly what happened. A few of us are giving Partey man of the match. A few of us are giving Martinelli man of the match. Let us know your man of the match in the comments, or better yet, let us know your man of the match on Full-Time Reaction, the Fan Zone. Download the AFTV app, follow the instructions, and you can be a feature in that show. Give us your thoughts and, like I said, man of the match. And is it ours to lose
Could I
now?
just say something as well? I want to shout out one of my cousins, Richard, who's an Arsenal fan. He took seriously ill last week. He's stabilised now. I only got the news today. But yeah, he's a big Arsenal fan. He watches AFTV regular. So Richard, I know you're in hospital. I hope you're watching the stream. If you are, get well soon.
Love and prayers to you,
shout
Richard,
out to
man.
Richard,
For real.
sending you loads of love. Get well soon.
Hopefully looking at this table that I'm looking at makes you feel a little bit better, man.
Exactly.
Put a smile on your face, but look after yourself, my guy. Yeah, that league table looks nice at the moment, man. That game in
Look
hand
at
is
that.
no longer. It's the points
Exactly.
on the board. That's what matters, the points on the
Exactly.
board.
Exactly.
And we move to Bournemouth at home next, who are lying in 19th place, below Everton. And they just got smoked by City at their own ground. Was it 4-1?
I think it was 4-1, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe another chance for us to bag a few more goals on the weekend.
Get that goal
Fingers
difference up,
crossed,
eh?
fingers crossed.
5 shots on target. 5 shots on target, 4 goals.
Yeah,
Clinical.
yeah.
Clinical.
The passes as well. Mad,
Yeah, it's mad.
740 to
It is
220.
mad.
In the end, a great win for Arsenal. In the first 40 minutes, it looked iffy to say the least, but we got the job done, people. Who's this they're looking at?
Martinelli's touchline.
Martinelli.
He's
All
basically
over the
everywhere
place.
apart from right back.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
mad.
all over the place.
Saka.
Looking at Saka as well, predominantly on the right-hand side.
Because as I was saying, as well as Partey played, and don't get me wrong, he had a very good game, it has to be taken into account that we were 2-0 up
I agree.
when he came on.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't have to turn the game. when
Yeah,
he came
so it's
in.
not
yeah.
like he's
Yeah.
chasing the game
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
So the fact that Martinelli had scored one of those 2 goals, goes on to score another goal, and then you've seen the heat map there. He's
Yeah.
got to be man of the match.
I'm not going to argue with you, put it that way.
Yeah. But we'll shout out Partey because I thought.
Of
And I
course.
also want to shout out my man Gabriel because
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
Good to see Partey
Solid
back.
at the
Good to
back.
see Gabriel on form.
just
Great
a
to
bit
see
surprised that him
Martinelli
and
scoring.
Saliba are not squaring up to each other afterwards.
After 4-0. Why not? But big up Shiroi, big up Lee and Charlene. Not
Lee, you
sorry.
know.
Lee. Chloe's been called everything
It's
today.
revenge, isn't it?
Yeah, he's called me
'Cause I keep
Curtis.
calling you-
Yeah, big up,
I don't know
big
if
up
you did. I
Laurie and
just thought you did.
Charlene.
Big up to you as well, Turkish. Welcome back as
100.
well.
Yeah,
nice to
not
have you
4-0 win.
back.
Come. 4-0
Exactly.
win.
A
Nice.
perfect
The
welcome
good
back
luck,
for
the good
you.
luck charm is back. Yeah.
Yes.
The good luck charm is back.
I came back just before City. It didn't work for that one, but since
Yeah,
3
yeah.
out of 3, so I can't complain.
Nice.
People, long may it continue. Bournemouth next, then we're back in the Europa League. Make sure you stick with us. Match day lives coming thick and fast every week. Games coming thick and fast. International break round the corner too. So they're all big games coming up. Hit the like button, download the AFTV app, take part in Fan Zone. Love for the love. We are out, people. Peace.
I'm trying to access this video and it's doing my nothing, Robbie.
Basically, you want me to go like...
And I won't be tagged anywhere, and I can save money when f***ing sake.
So how do I know when he's finished moaning? All right, okay. Should we do? All right.
That's brilliant.